Chapter 726. When it was past 8:30, there were fewer customers and Zhao Yuner and the other two could spare some free time. Ma Xiaofeng was already panting from tidying up these things. Seeing Zhao Yuner looking over, Ma Xiaofeng wiped the tears on her forehead and smiled at Zhao Yuner. "Little sister Xiaofeng, why are you in such a good mood to come over and help my family today?" Zhao Yuner asked with a smile, but her voice couldn't help but be faint, without much emotion. "Big sister Yuner, I went to the town to sell vegetables today. I sold half of them and earned a few copper coins. I was going to your stall to buy 2 vegetable buns to eat. Seeing that your family is so busy, I thought it would be better to lend a hand and come over to help," Ma Xiaofeng explained. Zhao Yuner caught a glimpse of Ma Xiaofeng's basket that still had half of the vegetables left, so she said to Ma Xiaofeng, "That's really delaying little sister Xiaofeng's work. Little sister Xiaofeng should sell the rest of the vegetables. In any case you can earn more money." Ma Xiaofeng waved her hand. "It's okay big sister Yuner. I can earn a little money by selling vegetables. You're the one who can earn a lot of money by setting up a stall." "Little sister Xiaofeng, what you said is wrong. You're the one who can earn money by selling vegetables. Why do you, an outsider, worry about me earning more money? You'd better leave quickly. It's still early. At this time the rest of the vegetables will definitely be sold out." Being urged by Zhao Yuner like this, if she stayed, it would seem that she wasn't tactful. Ma Xiaofeng bit her lips unwillingly and said to Zhao Yuner, "Then big sister Yuner, I'll go sell vegetables first. If your stall continues to be busy like this, it's okay to let me come over and help. I'll be happy if I can help you and Auntie." Zhao Yuner's lips curled into an indifferent smile. "Got it, little sister Xiaofeng." As Ma Xiaofeng spoke, she took her basket and left. After a few more bushes, Zhao Yuner began to prepare to close the stall. When they reached home, Zhao Yuner had nothing to do in the afternoon, so she waited for Mu Lianfeng and Daodu to come home. But after waiting for a long time, Zhao Yuner frowned and couldn't help but feel anxious. Before Mu Lianfeng left, he had told her that he would return to Shuilan village today. What was the matter that delayed him? Zhao Yuner wondered if it was because Mu Lianfeng and Daodu had finally returned and Matriarch Mu missed them too much, so she asked the father and son to return later. But if that really was the case, Mu Lianfeng should have sent her a letter earlier. Wasn't he afraid that she would worry? Zhao Yuner had been vexed for quite a while because of the matter of waiting for Daodu and Mu Lianfeng to return. She planned to go to Yang City tomorrow and ask around for information. In the dead of night, there was no sound in the surroundings. Suddenly there was a knock on Zhao Yuner's door. Zhao Yuner woke up from her sleep and frowned rather cautiously. "Who is it?" Zhao Yuner called out to the door. Madam, it's me. Open the door." It was Mo Yan's voice. There was a bit of anxiety in his voice. Zhao Yuner hurriedly climbed down from the bed and opened the door of the house. As soon as she opened the door, she saw Mo Yan supporting someone in. Mu Lianfeng? What was wrong with him? Zhao Yuner's heart clenched. She asked Mo Yan, "What's wrong?" "Madam Master." What's wrong with your master?" "Madam Master has been poisoned." Mo Yan sighed. Chapter 727. Zhao Yuner asked, "What's going on?" Mo Yan's face sank as well. She began to explain to Zhao Yuner that Mu Lianfeng and Daodu had been intercepted on their way back to the village. That group of people was skilled in martial arts. Even if he and Mu Lianfeng were alone, they would not be able to deal with them. Moreover, there were so many of them. There were 20 to 30 of them. The two of them would not be able to retaliate against these experts. These people were about to capture Mu Lianfeng and take Mu Lianfeng and Daodu away, but Mo Yan and a few of her subordinates chased after them desperately. In the end, they risked their lives to save Mu Lianfeng, but Mu Lianfeng was struck by an arrow as well. The arrowhead had been smeared with poison, which poisoned Mu Lianfeng. Zhao Yuner frowned very deeply. Just who had they offended? Why did they attack Mu Lianfeng for no reason? Only after hearing Mo Yan's explanation did Zhao Yuner notice that there was an arrowhead on Mu Lianfeng's shoulder. The shaft had been snapped off, and the arrowhead was buried in his clothes, so it was rather difficult to discover. However, there was a sliver of blood on his shoulder. It was probably due to the poison as the blood was black. Mu Lianfeng's lips were jet black as well. His face was pale white and he was extremely weak. If the poison could not be cured, Mu Lianfeng's life would probably be in danger. Zhao Yuner's heart clenched. No matter how capable she was, she did not know everything. She did not know how to cure poisons. As a result, she said to Mo Yan, "Mo Yan, you should have sent your master back to the crown prince's estate. Aren't you just wasting time by sending him to me?" This Mo Yin had no idea what to say when it came to this. The reason why he sent Mu Lianfeng to Zhao Yuner was because Mu Lianfeng mumbled Zhao Yuner's name before he fell asleep. Secondly, in the chaos, Daodu had been taken away by those people. Mo Yin understood how important Daodu was to Mu Lianfeng and Zhao Yuner. He could not absolve himself from the blame for not being able to save Daodu. What's wrong? Zhao Yuner asked. She had a bad premonition. Madam, I'll tell you so you can be mentally prepared. Zhao Yuner's eyebrows twitched and she said, It's fine. Go ahead. Madam, actually what? Actually, even if Master was sent back to the Crown Prince's residence, it would be useless. He has never been poisoned like this before. The doctors in Yang City and the Crown Prince's residence don't know what to do and probably can't cure him. And, Madam, the young master has been taken away by those people. Mo Yin is useless, so please blame me. As Mo Yin said that, she knelt before Zhao Yuner and said to Zhao Yuner. She lowered her head, not daring to meet Zhao Yuner's eyes. Zhao Yuner's mind was immediately dumbfounded. Her mind blanked out for a moment before her lips trembled. She asked, What did you say? Daodu has been taken away? Yes, madam. How? Zhao Yuner found it rather hard to believe, or in other words, she refused to accept this reality. If Mo Yin was telling the truth, wouldn't Daodu be in great danger right now? However, the problem was that she still had no idea who had taken away Daodu. How was she supposed to get Daodu back? Zhao Yuner immediately collapsed onto the ground. Mo Yin immediately supported Zhao Yuner when she saw this. She continued to speak to Zhao Yuner, Madam, Mo Yin is useless. Please punish Mo Yin. Let alone Zhao Yuner. Once his master woke up, he would definitely blame him for not saving Daodu. Chapter 728. Mo Yin still had her own selfish motives. She made up her mind to save Mu Lianfeng first. This was because Mu Lianfeng was her master. With him around, she could take care of the situation. If even Mu Lianfeng was gone, what was the point of her subordinates existing? Zhao Yuner glanced at Mo Yin. How could she blame her? No one wanted something like this to happen. She could not force Mo Yin to save her Daodu. It was already difficult enough to save Mu Lianfeng. As a result, she said to Mo Yin, You don't have to blame yourself. I won't blame you. Thank you, madam. Even though Zhao Yuner had said that, Mo Yin still felt extremely guilty. He glanced at Zhao Yuner. Zhao Yuner was already extremely calm. If she were a regular woman, she would have panicked right now. Mo Yin, let's hurry up and save your master, then find out who kidnapped Daodu. Zhao Yuner calmed down and said to Mo Yin. There was no point in panicking right now. It was better to think about how to deal with the current situation. All right, madam. I will investigate the people who kidnapped the young master, but what about master's poison? If it's not cured in time, his life will probably be in danger. Zhao Yuner thought about it, the poison that the general doctor can't cure, who can cure it? Zhao Yuner thought about it. She could only go to Divine Dr. Hua and try. Divine Dr. Hua was not a regular doctor. Perhaps he could cure the poison. If she did not try, there was no other way. She could not just let Mu Lianfeng lie here and let him die from the poison. Mo Yin, come with me to Yang City. I'll find a divine doctor. Perhaps he can cure your master's poison. Mo Yin replied in a hurry. All right, madam. With that, Zhao Yuner went to the wooden hut and brought Xiao Mao out. In the middle of the night, Xiao Mao was also dozing off. Zhao Yuner patted Xiao Mao and said to Xiao Mao, something big has happened. Today, please make a trip in the middle of the night. It's so dark, you must not go to the wrong place. Hearing Zhao Yuner's words, Xiao Mao immediately became spirited and barked at Zhao Yuner. Mo Yin helped Mu Lianfeng onto the carriage. She asked Zhao Yuner, Madam, it's so late at night and we can't even see the road. Can this donkey pull us? Will the car crash? Don't worry, it's not an ordinary donkey. Can remember the way. I believe it can run well even at night. Zhao Yuner's words were heard by Xiao Mao. Xiao Mao barked twice as if responding to Zhao Yuner. Mo Yin looked at Zhao Yuner before looking at the donkey. She had no idea why Zhao Yuner was so confident in a donkey. Get on the carriage. Let's go take a look. Yes. Mo Yin got on the carriage in a hurry as well. To Mo Yin's surprise, Xiao Mao really was so capable. Even with only the faint moonlight, it was still able to run extremely steadily. Mo Yin asked Zhao Yuner in surprise, Madam, can it see the road with its eyes? How can it run so well? Zhao Yuner shook her head. I don't know. I think it's because it's run on this road so many times that it has developed a feeling for it. Maybe it can run with its eyes closed. Mo Yin nodded. I see. Madam, your donkey really is impressive. Even my horse can't run back in the middle of the night. Chapter 729. Xiao Mao continued to bray proudly. Mo Yin clicked her tongue in amazement. She had really underestimated donkeys in the past. Some donkeys were even more powerful than horses. If he had a donkey like Zhao Yun'er's, he wouldn't have to carry Mu Lianfeng all the way to Zhao Yun'er's place. Zhao Yun asked about Mu Lianfeng's situation on the way. No one would come to kidnap Mu Lianfeng in Daodu for no reason. They were probably enemies of Mu Lianfeng. In the imperial court, the one who wants to make a move on master the most is the prime minister. However, the people from yesterday clearly aren't from the government. The people from the government aren't that skilled. They seem more like people from the jianghu. There were jianghu in ancient times as well. It was similar to what Zhao Yun'er had read in wuxia novels. As long as the jianghu people didn't break the law, the imperial court wouldn't interfere. Sometimes, the organizations in the jianghu were even more powerful than the imperial court. This was because there were many capable people in the jianghu. There were also many people who were skilled in martial arts. Most of the time, even the imperial court didn't want to offend the organizations in the jianghu. Zhao Yun'er frowned when she heard that. She felt even more complicated. If they wanted to save Daodu, it would probably be even more difficult. Could it be that the prime minister's people found those people from the jianghu and made a move on your master in Daodu? Zhao Yun'er guessed. Mo Yin nodded. Madam, that's not impossible. Zhao Yun'er sighed. It's over now. It looks like if we want to save Daodu, Mo Yin comforted her. Madam, don't worry too much. Mo Yin will definitely do her best to save the young master. Zhao Yun'er could only nod. What else could she do? After a while, they finally arrived at Divine Dr. Hua's place. Zhao Yun'er knocked on Divine Dr. Hua's door and yelled at his courtyard in the middle of the night. If Miracle Dr. Hua hadn't recognized Zhao Yun'er's voice, he probably wouldn't have bothered to take a look. Seeing Zhao Yun'er walking over, Miracle Dr. Hua asked, Last Yun'er, what are you doing here? Why did you come to my house in the middle of the night? Are you not going to let me sleep? As Miracle Dr. Hua spoke, he yawned, looking tired. Zhao Yun'er said apologetically, Miracle Dr. Hua, I didn't want to disturb you at this hour, but I had no choice. Divine Physician Hua, my husband has been poisoned. If we don't treat him in time, he might not make it. When Zhao Yun'er said that, Miracle Dr. Hua noticed that there was someone behind Zhao Yun'er. He frowned and said to Zhao Yun'er, Hurry up and bring him in. If it was someone else, Miracle Dr. Hua wouldn't have bothered. He finally got along well with Zhao Yun'er, so he would definitely help Zhao Yun'er. Mo Yin, hurry up and bring your master in, Zhao Yun'er instructed. Mo Yin quickly responded and carried Mu Lianfeng into Miracle Dr. Hua's room. Miracle Dr. Hua chuckled, Xiao Wu, come out quickly. Xiao Wu heard Miracle Dr. Hua's voice and hurriedly got up. Master, what's the matter so late at night? As he said that, he yawned like Miracle Dr. Hua. I'm here to treat someone, Miracle Dr. Hua replied. Xiao Wu opened his mouth in surprise. Master, didn't you say that you don't treat people at night? No, you haven't treated many people during the day. Today is special. Yun'er is here. Speaking of Zhao Yun'er, the medicine boy understood. So that's how it is. Chapter 730. Miss Yun'er was different. Miss Yun'er could bring over many delicious foods. Her master could not resist the temptation of Zhao Yun'er's cooking. Oh, master, let's hurry up. Bring me my medicine box. Got it, master? After the apprentice responded, he hurriedly got to work. Mo Yin placed Mu Lianfeng on a soft couch. Divine Dr. Hua walked over and began to examine Mu Lianfeng. After examining Mu Lianfeng, Divine Dr. Hua's frown deepened. Zhao Yun'er's heart had been tense the entire time. Seeing Divine Dr. Hua's reaction, she could not help but ask, Divine Dr. Hua, have you never seen this poison before? Is it incurable? Divine Dr. Hua sighed, It's not that I don't recognize this poison, but it is indeed a little troublesome to treat. Why do you say that? If I'm not wrong, he should be suffering from the 7 purities poison. This poison was refined by a senior brother of mine. He's the only one who has the antidote. Divine Dr. Hua said. Zhao Yun'er's heart immediately turned cold when she heard Divine Dr. Hua's words. Divine Dr. Hua, does that mean there's no cure for this poison? Mo Yan's brows were also furrowed. She was worried for Mu Lianfeng. If Mu Lianfeng really could not be cured, what should she do? Divine Dr. Hua waved his hand. Don't worry, don't worry. Even if I can't cure him, can't the person who made the poison do it? I'll concoct a medicine for him now. It should be able to suppress the poison in his body for half a month. You can seize this half a month's time to ask for the antidote. Once you get it, you can just feed it to him. Zhao Yun'er knew that this was the best divine Dr. Hua could do. Suppressing the poison for half a month was indeed enough time for her to treat him. But where could he get the antidote? Seeing Zhao Yun'er's worry, Miracle Dr. Hua said, "Last Yun'er, my senior brother should be living out his retirement in Red Jade Villa. He is good friends with the Villa Lord of Red Jade Villa and has been living there for a few years. He hasn't gone anywhere else. Therefore Zhao Yun'er could go to Red Jade Villa now." Mo Yin had heard of the Red Jade Mountain Village before. It was a relatively large organization in the Jianghu. It was located at the foot of Mount Qing and was a day's journey away from Yang City. Mo Yin said to Zhao Yun'er, "Madam, the young master might have been taken there. It's good to go and take a look." Zhao Yun'er also thought the same in her heart. Based on this detailed deduction, it should be those people from Red Jade Villa. Even if she couldn't get the antidote, she could ask about Daodu's whereabouts. If possible, he would rescue Daodu. "Miracle Dr. Hua, I wonder if your senior brother will give me the antidote if I go?" Zhao Yun'er asked rather worriedly. "How about this? Little girl Yun'er, I'll give you a keepsake. When he sees this keepsake, he should give it to you for my sake." With that, Miracle Dr. Hua took out a medallion. There were patterns engraved on it that Zhao Yun'er did not recognize. Zhao Yun'er accepted it and thanked him. "Thank you, Miracle Dr. Hua. If you really want to thank me, then send more delicious food over in the future." Zhao Yun'er nodded in a hurry. "Of course, Miracle Dr. Hua. Don't worry, I'll remember your kindness for the rest of my life." "That's good. Just leave your husband with me. Hurry up and go to Red Jade Villa. Don't miss the time." Zhao Yun'er replied in a hurry. "Then I'll be troubling you, Miracle Dr. Hua." Chapter 731. Zhao Yun'er quickly shut her mouth. She knew that Divine Dr. Hua didn't pay attention to these things with her mouth. Later on, she really had to do what Divine Dr. Hua said and send more delicious food over. It was better than any skill with her mouth. Zhao Yun'er and Mo Yin put down Mu Lianfeng and left. Although they were in a hurry, they were not in a hurry. It was inconvenient at night. Zhao Yun'er was worried that Xiao Mao would be exhausted, so she planned to ride a horse to the Red Jade Manor. After returning, Zhao Yun'er and Mo Yin quickly got some rest. Early in the morning, they went to Liang Jinxiao and gave him some instructions. Afterwards, they hurried to the Red Jade Manor with Mo Yin. Within the Red Jade Manor, the large manor was reflected in the forest. It was quiet and peaceful like a paradise. Flowers bloomed beautifully in the manor. There were a few petals scattered on the ground. A woman in plain white clothes said to a middle-aged man, "Husband, I heard that a child was brought back from the Red Jade Manor yesterday?" This woman was the wife of the manor lord, Xuanhuan. The middle-aged man was the manor lord, Li Badian. Li Badian replied, "Yes, madam. We did bring a child to the manor." "Who is this child? Why did you bring a child back for no reason? You even locked a 3-year-old child up in the room. That's just too cruel." She had only found out today after being locked up for a night. She hurriedly told the servants to take good care of the child. It wasn't that she was kind-hearted, but she truly liked children. She only had one child in her life, and it was with great difficulty. Now that the child was not in front of her, she felt an irresistible sense of intimacy when she saw the child. Li Badian sighed, "Madam, that child should be the heir's child. Although I'm not very sure they look similar." "So what? An adult's business is an adult's business. Tell me, why did you drag a child into this? Is it really good to treat a child like this?" "Madam, I agreed to help the Prime Minister imprison the heir. We didn't catch him, but his child is in our hands. At least we have a condition for negotiation, right? Not to mention that we have to do what we promised, we also owe the Prime Minister a favor." Li Badian frowned and sighed. "That won't do. Badian, our Red Jade Manor has its own principles. When did we use a child as a condition for negotiation? Let's send the child back. Such a small child is so pitiful. How worried will his parents be if he leaves them?" Shen Yueqing put herself in the other's shoes and felt more sympathy for them. The child's mother was probably very worried. There was once when her year went missing for half a day. She almost went crazy and searched the entire mountain villa before finally finding Yi-er. Shen Yueqing didn't want to experience it again when she recalled her feelings at that time. After disappearing for a day, the child's mother must have gone crazy from anxiety. Chapter 732. Do whatever you want. It's because of your character that you sent Yi-er away. Shen Yueqing got up and left after throwing out this sentence. Li Badian sighed as he watched Shen Yueqing leave. Sigh, his wife was like that. She couldn't understand his unspeakable difficulties. However, Li Badian's eyes darkened when Shen Yueqing mentioned he had been away from the villa for so long. He didn't know how he was doing. It was the first time the child had been away for so long. The people outside the villa were unpredictable. How could he deal with them? However, it was good to let that kid suffer a little. Otherwise, that kid wouldn't know the immensity of heaven and earth and wouldn't know the rules. He had to know that the outside world was difficult so that he would miss the good things at home. After Shen Yueqing and Li Badian were done talking, she went to Daodu's place. Daodu was the child that Shen Yueqing was talking about. She pushed the door open and saw Daodu curled up on the small bed. His little body was trembling and his knees were buried between his legs. Daodu became even more nervous when he heard the door open. He lifted his little face from between his legs and stole a glance at Shen Yueqing. Shen Yueqing's heart ached when she saw Daodu in this state. She comforted Daodu gently, "Don't be afraid, child. I won't hurt you." Shen Yueqing walked up to Daodu and touched Daodu's little face with her large palm. Daodu shrank back. Sigh. Shen Yueqing sighed softly. She could understand why Daodu was so afraid of her. After all, he was just a child. How could he not be afraid when he left his parents and came to an unfamiliar environment? Child, believe me. I'm different from those bad people. I really won't hurt you. Here, I brought you something to eat. Hurry up and eat it. Shen Yueqing said as she took out the pastries in her hand and handed them to Lil P. Daodu smelled the aroma of the pastries. Plus, he was hungry, so he couldn't help but take a few more glances. He couldn't help but swallow his saliva. It's fine. You must be hungry, right? Shen Yueqing said softly. Perhaps it was because Shen Yueqing's voice was too gentle, or perhaps it was because Daodu was too hungry, but he couldn't hold it in any longer. He carefully reached out his hand and grabbed a piece to chew on. Shen Yueqing continued, "Child, if you like to eat it, then eat it all. I still have a lot here. I'll bring you more when you're done." Daodu caught a glimpse of the gentle smile on Shen Yueqing's face. Coupled with Shen Yueqing's dainty appearance, he became much closer to Shen Yueqing. Looking at this ant, she didn't seem like a bad person. So he asked Shen Yueqing, "Are you a bad person like them?" They captured Daodu. As Daodu spoke, his little face looked a little aggrieved and his mouth twitched. "Do I look like a bad person to you?" Shen Yueqing asked with a smile. Daodu glanced at Shen Yueqing and shook his head. "You don't? Then it's fine." Shen Yueqing touched Daodu's smooth little face. She really liked this pink and tender child. If only such an adorable child was her son or grandson. Her Yu was already at the age of marriage. When would she give birth to such a cute child for her? Chapter 733. Daodu finished the plate of pastries, which showed that Daodu was indeed hungry. Thus, Shen Yueqing sent someone to the kitchen to make some food. Since he was hungry, he couldn't just eat pastries. He had to eat rice. After a while, the kitchen sent over the dishes. They were all very sumptuous. There were roasted chicken pieces, soy sauce duck, braised fish, steamed fish, and egg soup. The fragrant smell stimulated Daodu's taste buds. When he saw the sumptuous dishes on the table, Daodu couldn't help but swallow his saliva. "You must be hungry. Come and eat," Shen Yueqing said. She beckoned Daodu over and asked Daodu to eat at the table. Towards Shen Yueqing, Daodu slowly let down the guard in her heart. In response to Shen Yueqing's words, she sat at the table and began to eat. There were so many delicious dishes. Daodu had never eaten such a sumptuous meal even at the Air Mansion. He didn't know if it was because he was hungry, but the smell was unusually fragrant. Shen Yueqing served Daodu at the side as if she was serving her own child. She was gentle and patient. Daodu couldn't help but get closer to Shen Yueqing. He felt that Shen Yueqing was indeed different from the others here. Although he was young, he had his own judgment on some things. He knew better than anyone how others treated him. Shen Yueqing's gentle gaze fell on Daodu. She said to Daodu, "You said that your name is Daodu?" Daodu was gnawing on a drumstick when he responded. Shen Yueqing smiled, "What a cute name." "Yes." Daodu, eat slowly. There are still a lot of dishes on the table. No one will snatch them from you. There's no hurry. Shen Yueqing persuaded. She was afraid that Daodu would choke if he ate too quickly. That wouldn't be good. After Shen Yueqing finished speaking, Daodu's movements suddenly paused. He didn't continue to eat. Shen Yueqing asked, "Daodu, what's wrong? Why are you suddenly not eating?" Daodu's eyes darkened as he said to Shen Yueqing, "Daodu just misses mother? You miss your mother?" "Okay." Daodu nodded. Looking at Daodu's aggrieved look, Xuanhuan felt extremely distressed, but she didn't know what to say. She could only say to Daodu, "Daodu, it's okay. You can stay with Andy for a few days. Your mother will come to pick you up later." Although she had lied to Daodu, Xuanhuan couldn't find any other way to comfort Daodu. "Really?" Lil P raised her head and asked expectantly. "Yes, of course it's true," Xuanhuan said softly. That's fine." Daodu's mood improved a lot. Xuanhuan urged him again, "Daodu, keep eating." Okay. Daodu nodded heavily. A sliver of bitterness appeared on Xuanhuan's lips when she saw how Daodu was behaving. She sighed gently inside. She had no idea what to do. On the other side, Zhao Yun and Mo Yen hurried to the Red Jade Mountain Villa without stopping. Qing City was not very far away. Zhao Yun rejoiced over this place. If it were too far away, how would she have the time to go back and get the antidote back? After traveling for an entire morning, Zhao Yun felt like her body was about to fall apart. When Mo Yen saw this, she asked with some heartache, "My wife, let's rest. We don't have to be in such a rush, right?" Chapter 734. Even if she did not need to rest, Mo Yen still needed to rest. As a woman, she was not hungry after not eating for so long. However, as a man, Mo Yen used up his energy very quickly. He should be hungry right now. Resting for a bit would not take up too much time. Zhao Yun nodded, "All right then. Let's rest." "All right," Zhao Yun nodded. The two of them stopped by the side of the road and took out their canteens of water. They drank some water and ate some food. "Madam, are you tired?" Mo Yen asked. "I'm fine," Zhao Yun said. She no longer felt like her body was hers, so she could not care about how tired she was. All she wanted to do was reach the Red Jade Mountain Villa earlier, save Daodu earlier, and obtain the antidote for Mu Lianfeng earlier. She did not want to think about anything else. As long as she could endure it, it did not matter if she was a little tired. Sigh. Mo Yen looked at Zhao Yun and felt rather touched. It was just far too difficult for his madam to do so much for his master. If Zhao Yun could obtain the antidote this time, it would be equivalent to his master's life. That way the old madam should be able to agree to his master and the madam being together, right? He had to properly report everything that Zhao Yun had done to the old madam so that she could beautify Zhao Yun. After resting for a while, Mo Yen felt like she had not even warmed up from her seat when Zhao Yun urged her to move. "Let's go. Let's continue on our way." Mo Yen could only agree. Even a weak woman like Zhao Yun was working so hard, so he could not drag her down as a man. "All right, madam. Let's go." "All right." The two of them mounted their horses in a handsome manner. They raised their whips and continued off in the direction of the Red Jade Mountain Villa. It was already night time when they arrived at the villa. Zhao Yun and Mu Lianfeng had overlooked an important issue, which was that even if they came to the villa, it would be very difficult for them to enter. This was because the villa was heavily guarded. They would not let people in easily. "Madam, what should we do now? Although we're here now, it's useless if we don't go in. We won't be able to learn anything from inside. We can't just stand outside the villa and wait for the people inside to come, right?" Mo Yen muttered to Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun glanced at Mo Yen indifferently and said, "I'm here. What's the rush?" "Madam, have you thought of an idea?" Mo Yen's eyes lit up. Zhao Yun nodded. "Yeah, I can't count on you, so I have to do it." This person was already at the entrance of Red Jade Villa. If he didn't go in, then wouldn't everything he did today be in vain? "Madam, it's good that you've thought of it. Madam, you're still the best." Mo Yen hurriedly flattered. Zhao Yun replied, "Well, let's not talk about this anymore. Let's go and try. It's more important to sneak into the villa first." Chapter 735. Zhao Yun whispered into Mo Yan's ear, "Just cooperate with me later. Do as I say, got it?" Mo Yen nodded in a hurry. She was afraid that Zhao Yun would be implicated if she let her guard down. "Understood, madam." "All right." Zhao Yun pulled Mo Yen to the Red Jade Manor. She saw the guard at the entrance and said to him, "Brother, my husband and I are passing by in a hurry. Seeing that it's late and there's no place for us to rest, we don't see any restaurants or inns in the surroundings either. Can we stay in the manor for the night? My husband isn't feeling too well right now. He's cold and hungry." When Mo Yen heard Zhao Yun refer to him as husband, she felt like her heart was about to jump out. If Master were to find out about this, wouldn't he skin him alive? With her understanding of Mu Lianfeng, if Mu Lianfeng knew about this, he would probably have 100 ways to torture her to death with jealousy. Thinking up to there, Mo Yen felt a wave of fear. She could not help but clench her butthole a little. He could only hope that the madam would not mention this to his master in the future, or he might not even be able to keep his life. The guard glanced at Zhao Yun'er. He saw that Zhao Yun'er was dressed like a farmer's wife. There was nothing abnormal about her. The Red Jade Manor had its rules. If passers-by encountered any problems, they would help them as much as possible. They had also considered the problem of passers-by staying the night, so they had even specially built a few rooms for passers-by. As a result, she said to Zhao Yun'er and Mo Yen, "Come in with me, the two of you." "Yes, yes." Zhao Yun'er and Mo Yen both replied in a hurry. Mo Yen felt a sliver of admiration for Zhao Yun'er. "Madam, you really are amazing. I never thought that your method would actually work." Zhao Yun'er curled her lips. "I was only trying. It means that the heavens are on our side." "Yeah, madam, you are right." The guard led the two of them to a courtyard with many rooms. However, the guards felt that Zhao Yun'er and Mo Yen were husband and wife, so they only arranged for one room. "Young lady, young master, since you've moved in, you can only move around on this piece of land. Don't go anywhere else, understand? Got it? Thank you, little brother. Don't worry, we definitely won't run around." The guard said, "That's good. Since you've been on the road for a whole day, go and rest." "Thank you for your concern." "Yes." After the guard finished giving his instructions, he left. Mo Yen pushed open the door and entered the room. She asked, "Madam, now that we've snuck in, should we look around?" Zhao Yun'er shook her head. "It's so late at night. How can we find him? Where are we going to find them?" After all, it was inconvenient in the dark. Coupled with the fact that the Red Jade Mountain village was different from other places, there were people on duty at night. If they barged in recklessly, they would not know what to do if they were caught. Most importantly, the mountain village was just too large. If they could not see the road in the middle of the night, they might end up losing their way as they searched. "But madam, if we don't do anything tonight, we'll have to leave tomorrow. How will we have the time to look around?" Mo Yen voiced her worries. The two of them were only lodging and it was only for a night. They could not just shamelessly stick around during the day, right? Chapter 736. Zhao Yun'er said extremely calmly. "Madam, how is it simple?" Mo Yen asked. She became even more curious. "When tomorrow comes, just say that you're not feeling well and refuse to leave. You won't kick us out, right?" Mo Yen nodded. "Madam, that's all we can do. Madam, you're still the best. You have so many ideas." Zhao Yun'er glanced at Mo Yen. She sure had a sweet tongue. The two of them were extremely exhausted from the journey, so Xiaoyun told Mo Yen to sleep early. Only when they had a good rest would they have the energy to deal with matters the next day. Mo Yen began to feel troubled when sleep was mentioned. She asked Xiaoyun, "Oh, madam, are we going to sleep in the same room?" Mo Yen asked rather carefully. She seemed very conflicted. Xiaoyun nodded and replied, "Yeah, you've only arranged one room for us. What else can we do? Are you telling me to sleep outside?" Mo Yen waved her hand in a hurry and said to Xiaoyun, "Oh, I wouldn't dare, madam. That's not what I meant. It's just what?" Xiaoyun raised an eyebrow indifferently. "It's just that, madam, if my master finds out that we're alone together, he'll definitely skin me alive." Mo Yen lowered her head as she said that. She seemed very worried and troubled. Her ears even reddened. She was rather embarrassed. Xiaoyun chuckled gently and curled her lips. She said to Mo Yen, "We're not doing anything, so what are you afraid of? People who don't know might even think that you're hiding something. Come, I'll give you a blanket on the bed. Put a stool together and sleep on the side." Xiaoyun carried over a blanket from the bed and passed it to Mo Yen. Mo Yen accepted it and did as Xiaoyun said. She was still worried that Mu Lianfeng would find out. Mu Lianfeng probably would not care so much. He would deal with her first. Therefore, he rested for a night with some trepidation. Xiaoyun was in a hurry, and her body was exhausted. She fell into a deep sleep after lying on the bed. The next morning, the two of them ate breakfast in the Red Jade Villa before Mo Yen began to feign illness. Xiaoyun pitifully begged the steward of Red Jade Villa, "Uncle, I beg you. My husband is not feeling well. If we hurry, we don't know what will happen. Can you stay here and wait for my husband to get better before we leave?" The steward looked at Xiaoyun's pitiful pleading eyes and nodded. "Wait a moment, I'll go ask my wife." The guests who stayed in Red Jade Villa would not stay for too long. If they really stayed, they would have to report to their master. "Thank you, uncle. Thank you for your hard work. It's all right. Miss, take care of your husband and rest well." After the steward left, Xiaoyun asked Mo Yen in doubt, "The people of Red Jade Villa don't seem like bad people, so why?" Mo Yen shook her head, "I don't know either. My wife, no one knows about this. Maybe they have their reasons." Xiaoyun sighed, "Perhaps. It's fine as long as they don't bully my Daodu." Yeah. The young master will definitely be fine." Mo Yen comforted her. Chapter 737. Xiaoyun thanked him in a hurry, "Thank you, uncle. Thank you, madam." The person in charge waved his hand, "It's fine. My madam is kind. You're just lucky to have encountered her." Yes. Listening to the steward's words, Xiaoyun was curious about what kind of person the madam of Red Jade Villa was. If she was a good person, she probably wouldn't be too cruel to a child like Daodu, right? Even though that was the case, Xiaoyun still felt rather worried. Without a single person by Daodu's side, would Daodu cry out of fear? Xiaoyun stopped thinking about this. The more she thought about it, the more irritated she felt. She needed to find Daodu as soon as possible and have Daodu by her side. Only then would she be at ease. After the person in charge left, Xiaoyun and Mo Yen strolled around the Red Jade Manor. Fortunately, the people of the manor did not restrict their freedom. The manor was very large. The two of them searched for quite some time, but they failed to find a single clue about Daodu's whereabouts. Somewhere in the manor, Xuanhuan clutched her chest as she breathed heavily. Her complexion was very ugly. Li Badian arrived before Xuanhuan and asked, "Madam, how are you? Are you all right? Do you feel very uncomfortable? I've sent someone to get you some medicine. You should feel better after drinking it." Xuanhuan immediately frowned when she heard about drinking medicine. She said to Li Badian, "Husband, I don't want to drink medicine." "How can you not drink medicine? You'll feel very uncomfortable. Aren't you just trying to make me worry?" Li Badian became stern. He looked at Xuanhuan and felt both helpless and pained. "It's so bitter. I don't want to drink it." Xuanhuan still shook her head. Be good. Good medicine is bitter, so no matter how bitter it is, you still have to drink it. You'll feel much better after drinking it." Li Badian coaxed Xuanhuan like he was coaxing a child. Xuanhuan breathed heavily again and shook her head again. "I don't want to drink it. I don't want to drink it. No matter how uncomfortable it is, I still don't want to drink it." Sigh. Li Badian sighed heavily. Even coaxing a child to drink medicine wouldn't be like this. Actually, you can eat sweets after drinking it and it won't be so bitter. But if he didn't take the medicine, it would really be very serious. My heart aches when I see you in pain. Li Badian frowned. If I drink it, I'll vomit and feel uncomfortable. Xianxia frowned and had difficulty breathing. Li Badian hurriedly said, "All right, madam, don't talk anymore. Hurry and rest." If he continued to speak, Xianxia would probably feel even worse. He looked at his wife. She had been suffering from this illness for many years. It was not that he had never prescribed her medicine, but every time he prescribed her medicine, she either refused to drink it or threw it away. She never drank it obediently. If it was someone else it would be fine, but it was his wife. He probably couldn't hit or scold her, and he didn't even dare to say a harsh word to her. Li Badian was really worried about Xianxua's health. If only there was a way to not only treat Xianxua's illness, but also prevent her from taking medicine. Roar! Roar! Xianxua clutched her chest and her breathing quickened. Li Badian hurriedly said, Madam, are you all right? Madam. Uncomfortable, madam. Li Badian's eyes were red and he said to the servant girl beside him, Quickly go and get divine Dr. Meng. The servant girl replied, Yes, manor head. Chapter 738. Roar. Xianxua twitched. She constantly patted her chest as if she could not catch her breath. Li Badian could only worry, but there was nothing he could do. If it was possible, he would rather bear this pain in Xianxua's place. Madam, please take your medicine properly this time, all right? Your condition seems to be getting worse and worse. Roar? Xianxua did not reply to Li Badian. Li Badian knew that Xianxua did not agree with him. Sigh. What was he supposed to do if this continued? Li Badian could not think of a solution because Meng Fan was in his villa. There were probably not many people in the jianghu who were more skilled than him. Even he could not treat her without medicine, so what could others do? Zhao Yun and Mo Yen just happened to find Xianxua. Seeing Xianxua like this, Zhao Yun hurriedly went up and asked, Sister, how are you? Are you all right? The reason why Zhao Yun called Xianxua sister was because Xianxua had maintained herself extraordinarily well. She seemed extremely young. Dressed in white, her appearance and bearing were great, making her seem like she was in her 20s or 30s. You are? Li Badian had never seen Zhao Yun before, so he asked when he saw her suddenly appear. I've come to stay the night. I was looking for a latrine, so I passed by and saw this sister. Is she all right? Li Badian glanced at Zhao Yun. Seeing that Zhao Yun was dressed like a peasant, he was not too suspicious. He said to Zhao Yun, It's an old problem. With that, Li Badian helped Xianxua up. Xianxua finally caught her breath. I'm fine. Xianxua said gently to Zhao Yun. Glancing at Zhao Yun, she felt a sliver of goodwill towards her. Zhao Yun glanced at Xianxua. She found Xianxua familiar, as if she had seen her before. So you are the one who stayed overnight last night. How is your husband? Is he feeling better? Xianxua asked with concern. Only then did Zhao Yun realize that the person sitting in front of her was the manor mistress of Red Jade Villa. And the man beside Xianxua should be the villa master of Red Jade Villa. Greetings, madam. Thank you, madam, for yesterday. If it wasn't for madam, we probably wouldn't even have a place to stay. It's nothing. You're welcome. Xianxua smiled and said softly. Seeing this woman, Zhao Yun also had a good impression of her in her heart. It would be hard to find such a beautiful and kind woman in this world. Xianxua couldn't help coughing as she spoke. Looking at the woman who was supporting Lu Ruofeng, Zhao Yun checked her symptoms and asked, Madam, are you suffering from asthma? After Zhao Yun finished speaking, Li Badian suddenly looked at Zhao Yun. He didn't know how a country bumpkin like Zhao Yun could recognize the disease. So he asked, Miss, do you know some medical knowledge? Chapter 739. Li Badian sighed and said to Zhao Yun, To tell you the truth, this illness has indeed been seen by a doctor, but my family's madam doesn't like to drink medicine. Miss, may there be any way to cure my family's madam's illness without taking medicine? Zhao Yun nodded. So that's how it is. Only a child would not drink medicine, right? Ancient Chinese medicine was indeed unpalatable. A big bowl of soup was extremely bitter. She had drunk it for a while before, but she could not swallow it at all. This was the disadvantage of ancient Chinese medicine. It was not as convenient as modern Western medicine. Western medicine pills and capsules can be easily swallowed into the stomach. Zhao Yun thought for a while and said, If madam thinks it's too bitter and cannot drink it, there are other ways to cure her illness. Zhao Yun thought of medicinal cuisine. Making something delicious to eat could also achieve the same effect. She could give it a try. Li Badian looked at Zhao Yun agitatedly. Really? Miss? Before Zhao Yuner could walk over, Meng Fan walked over and said to Li Badian, "Manor Lord, if Madame's illness could be cured without taking medicine, I would have treated her long ago. Why would I wait until now?" Then he looked at Zhao Yuner with a darkened face and said angrily, "You're just a little girl who doesn't know the immensity of heaven and earth. Everyone knows that you should take medicine when you're sick. An illness that can be cured without taking medicine is considered a minor illness. There's no need to treat it." Zhao Yuner was stunned by Meng Fan's scolding. What was going on? There was a way in the first place. She was not 100% sure, but she had to try, right? Seeing Xuanhuan coughing and gasping for air, Zhao Yuner felt a little heartache. Li Badian said to Meng Fan, "Divine Dr. Meng, I don't mean anything else. It's just that my madam is unwilling to take medicine. I don't want her to continue dragging it out. If she continues to drag it out, what if this young lady just happens to know how to cure her illness without taking medicine?" Divine Dr. Meng snorted softly, "So Manor Lord is doubting my ability?" No, Miracle Dr. Meng, I really didn't mean that." "Then why did Manor Head ask her? Do you think that this little girl's medical skills are better than mine?" Li Badian felt a little tired. When Zhao Yuner heard this, she felt anxious, so she helped Li Badian and said, "This divine doctor, in terms of medicine, I am indeed not as good as you. But now I am not using the method of prescribing medicine. This has nothing to do with medical skills. There are many diseases that can be cured not only by taking medicine, but also by other methods." Li Badian hurriedly nodded his head. "Divine Dr. Meng, what this young lady said makes sense. Why don't we listen to her and let her try?" Divine Dr. Meng snorted arrogantly, "If you don't believe me and believe a little girl, then believe her. I won't care anymore, alright?" With that, Divine Dr. Meng flung his sleeves and left. Looking at Divine Dr. Meng's angry look, Li Badian was stunned for a moment, then he sighed. It seemed that he had offended Divine Dr. Meng today. Divine Dr. Meng was very confident in his medical skills at his age, so he probably didn't want anyone to doubt him. But now that someone had jumped out and it was a little girl, he couldn't help but feel that his dignity had been insulted. Chapter 740. Zhao Yuner shook her head. "I'm fine." She was just wondering why this old man was so arrogant. He looked a little weird. His arrogant look was comparable to Miracle Dr. Hua's. She remembered the first time she met Miracle Dr. Hua. Miracle Dr. Hua was also like this. However, Zhao Yuner knew that although this kind of person was a little arrogant, it wasn't impossible to deal with him. Miracle Dr. Hua was much easier to coax. She wondered if Miracle Dr. Meng's personality was similar to Miracle Dr. Hua's. Zhao Yuner suddenly thought that Miracle Dr. Meng couldn't be the senior that Miracle Dr. Hua mentioned, right? If that was the case, then Zhao Yuner would have to ask him for the antidote. Now that she had offended him, would she still be able to get the antidote? "Miss, I wonder if you have a way to cure my madam's illness without taking any medicine?" Li Badian asked anxiously. "Manor Lord, my method is a little special. You don't have to do anything, you just have to eat something delicious. However, you need some time to eat slowly and recuperate." Hearing Zhao Yuner's words, Li Badian was a little excited. This meant that there was a way to cure his madam's illness. He was afraid that if this dragged on, Xuanhuan would have a bigger problem. "Then I wonder if you are in a hurry to leave? Can you stay in my residence for a few days? My Red Jade Manor will definitely treat you well. If my madam's illness can be cured, I will definitely treat you well." Li Badian thought that Zhao Yuner was in a hurry and was busy with her own matters. Although he was anxious to cure Xuanhuan's illness, he couldn't force her to stay. At this moment he was anxiously waiting for Zhao Yuner's reply. Zhao Yuner agreed readily, "Madam is so kind to let us stay here for the night. Now that she's in trouble, I will naturally help if I can." Hearing Zhao Yuner's words, Li Badian was delighted. "Thank you, Mississippi. You are really a good person." "It's alright, Manor Lord is too polite." Zhao Yuner didn't waste any time. Seeing Xuanhuan's uncomfortable appearance, she went to the villa's kitchen and began to prepare the medicinal cuisine for Xuanhuan. Zhao Yuner remembered that she had a cousin who had asthma and didn't like to take medicine, so her aunt made medicinal cuisine for her cousin. At that time she was greedy and didn't care that it was used to treat her illness. She just wanted to eat it. Thus her aunt made some for her to eat. At that time she even laughed at her for being a glutton. She was so greedy that she even ate her cousin's medicine. Unfortunately, she was thick-skinned and did not think much of it at that time. Zhao Yuner went to the kitchen and prepared to make porridge with dates and almonds. There were a lot of ingredients in the Red Jade Villa's kitchen. Zhao Yuner gave a few instructions and the servants prepared these things for her and sent them to her. This porridge with dates and almonds was not difficult to make. Zhao Yuner took some porridge, dates, crushed sweet almonds and japonica rice and put them together. After washing them, she put them into the pot and slowly cooked the porridge. After boiling for an hour, a sweet porridge aroma wafted out. The reason why she made porridge with dates and almonds was because the porridge had diuresis and dispelled dampness to strengthen the spleen. The dates nourished the spleen, the almonds moistened the lungs and stopped coughing, and the japonica rice nourished the body. The dampness would dispel the spleen, and the spleen would not produce phlegm. Thus it could be used to treat asthma. Zhao Yuner was afraid that the porridge was too bland, so she stir-fried 2 light side dishes. When paired together, it was just nice to have the porridge. To see. Miss, you can rest well in my residence for the next 2 days. If you have any requests, don't hesitate, Li Badian said. He was very attentive, afraid that Zhao Yuner would run away. The corners of Zhao Yuner's mouth twitched into a smile. Manor Lord is too polite, you have already entertained us very well. Alright, there is something I want to ask. Miss, if you have something to say, just say it. There is no need to feel embarrassed. Chapter 742. Li Badian nodded. Yes, Divine Dr. Meng is the only doctor in the entire Red Jade Manor. Zhao Yuner was more or less sure that the senior that Divine Dr. Hua was referring to was Meng Fan. She then said to Li Badian, that's good. May I know why Miss is asking about this? Zhao Yuner was afraid that Li Badian would be suspicious, so she explained, nothing much, I just felt that I offended Divine Dr. Meng today and made him angry. I feel bad and wanted to pay him a visit to explain things to him. Li Badian nodded, I see. You don't have to worry about it, I will explain things to Divine Dr. Meng. No. Manor Lord, this happened because of me, it's better for me to go. Anyway, I have nothing to do here. Li Badian saw that Zhao Yuner was insistent, so he didn't say anything else. Since Miss wants to go, then go. I will get someone to lead you there. Thank you, Manor Lord. Miss is too polite. Zhao Yuner was led to Meng Fan's residence by the servants of Red Jade Manor. However, she was blocked outside the door. She wasn't even given a chance to meet, so how could she explain things? Zhao Yuner thought for a moment. Fortunately, Divine Dr. Hua gave her a token, so she could only take it and give it a try. She asked the gatekeeper to hand the token over, and after a while, someone came out and invited her in. Meng Fan's face was cold as he sized up Zhao Yuner. Lass, what's your relationship with my junior? Divine Dr. Meng, I don't have any special relationship with Divine Dr. Hua. I came here to ask for an antidote. A very important person to me has been poisoned by your 7 purities poison, and only your antidote can cure it. Divine Dr. Hua asked me to come and beg you. Zhao Yuner explained. Meng Fan continued to size up Zhao Yuner. Although Zhao Yuner said that she didn't have any relationship with his junior, Meng Fan knew that his junior wouldn't meddle in other people's business, and wouldn't ask others to come and ask for the antidote. His relationship with Zhao Yuner shouldn't be simple. For the sake of his junior brother, he wanted to give him the antidote, but when he thought of what happened during the day, he felt unwilling. She snorted softly and said to Zhao Yuner, Girl, aren't you very powerful? You don't even need to take medicine to cure your illness. Could it be that you can't even cure my poison? The corner of Zhao Yuner's mouth twitched. She had an indescribable feeling. He sighed and said to Meng Fan, Divine Dr. Meng, you've really misunderstood. I've explained it to you before. I'm not denying anything. It's just that our methods are different. I'm eating it together with food. It's not that I don't have any knowledge of pharmacology. Zhao Yuner still wanted to explain, but Meng Fan couldn't bear to listen any longer. You're still exaggerating in front of this old man. This old man wants to see if it's really like what you said. If Madame's illness can really be cured by you, then I will give you the antidote. If you can't cure her, then this old man will definitely not give you the antidote for your irresponsible behavior. After saying that, Meng Fan started to chase her out. Zhao Yuner was helpless and could only leave. But since Meng Fan said this, she still had a lot of hope. Because Zhao Yuner knew that her medicinal cuisine method should be able to cure Xin Yueqing's illness. Now she could only hope that Xin Yueqing would be able to get better soon, or that her illness would take a huge turn for the better, so that she could get the antidote earlier and go back to save Mu Lianfeng. Thinking of Mu Lianfeng, Zhao Yuner's nose turned sour. Chapter 743. After returning to her residence, Mo Yen hurriedly asked about Zhao Yuner's situation. Zhao Yuner told her the truth. Li Badian was slightly worried that he could not obtain the antidote immediately. He hoped that nothing would happen to his mistress. What comforted the two of them was that they now had a reason to stay in the Red Jade Mountain Villa. As Xiaoyuner was treating the madam's asthma, she could move about freely in the mountain villa. In the next few days, Xiaoyuner cooked up all sorts of medicinal dishes for Xinyueqing. Xinyueqing never got sick of eating fresh and delicious food every day. After eating it for a few days, Xinyueqing's asthma had indeed improved. She no longer coughed as badly and gasped for air much less often. Li Badian was filled with gratitude towards Xiaoyuner when he saw Xinyueqing like this. If this continued, his mistress' illness would probably be cured very quickly. Xiaoyuner and Xinyueqing also chatted casually during these few days. The two of them had become much closer. Xiaoyuner also gained a better understanding of Xinyueqing. It would probably be very difficult to find another woman who was kinder and purer than her. As a result, Xiaoyuner firmly believed that a person like her would never harm her Daodu. After a few days, Xiaoyuner asked Xinyueqing in a probing manner, "Mistress, can I ask you a question?" Xinyueqing replied, "It's fine. Miss Yuner, feel free to ask me anything." "Mistress, may I ask if your Red Jade Mountain Villa has brought back a child recently?" When Xinyueqing heard Xiaoyuner's question, she immediately thought of Daodu. Her body stiffened slightly. Xinyueqing replied honestly to Xiaoyuner, "There is a child." "Oh right, the child says he's called Daodu. However, Miss Yuner, why are you asking this?" When Xiaoyuner heard the two words Daodu come out of Xinyueqing's mouth, the light in her eyes flickered. Daodu, it really was her Daodu. He was right here. Xiaoyuner sighed, "Madam, to be honest, I am Daodu's mother. My son was suddenly taken away, so I came to find him. Madam, I know you are a good person, but can you let Daodu go? Daodu is just a child. If you have any problems, you can come to me. I'll do anything for you." Xinyueqing didn't expect Xiaoyuner to be Daodu's mother. There was a trace of shock in her eyes. "You're Daodu's mother?" "Yes." "Then you are the heir consort?" Xinyueqing continued to ask. Xiaoyuner shook her head. "No, I'm not the heir consort. I'm just an ordinary little peasant girl. Do I look like an heir consort to you?" In the few days that Xinyueqing had interacted with Xiaoyuner, she saw that Xiaoyuner was very simple and didn't have the slightest bit of finickiness. She really was different from the young misses of noble families. In addition, if she was an ordinary young miss from a noble family, how could they have the courage to rush into her villa? She wasn't looking down on the young misses of noble families. She just knew that the girls raised by the families of officials were all gentle and weak. They only knew how to play the zither and read books. There was nothing else that they were good at. Xiaoyuner was a little peasant girl from the countryside. She looked a little different. Xinyueqing had never seen such a woman before. She sighed slightly and said, "Ai, then my husband caught the wrong person. But why is your son together with the crown prince?" Chapter 744. Xiaoyuner explained, "Previously I accidentally saved Shiziye's life. After that, Shiziye took Daodu as his godson. During the Qingming festival they went together to pay respects to their ancestors. When Shiziye was about to send my son back, he was kidnapped on the way." When Xinyueqing heard this, she was silent for a moment. "If that's the case, then Xiaoyuner, Daodu and Mu Lianfeng don't have much of a connection. Then there's not much meaning for her husband to keep Daodu." Sighing slightly, Xinyueqing said to Xiaoyuner, "Miss Yuner, come with me. I'll take you to see Daodu." Xiaoyuner suppressed her restless heart. "Thank you, madam." Xinyueqing then led Xiaoyuner to another courtyard. The environment inside was quiet and secluded. Xiaoyuner saw a swing under a big tree. At this time, an innocent child was playing on the swing. The boy on the swing was Daodu. He had a smile on his face. Xiaoyuner thought that when she saw Daodu again, Daodu would have a miserable appearance. But she didn't expect that to be the case. The smile on Daodu's face couldn't lie. It meant that Daodu had been well taken care of during this period. Xinyueqing came in and clapped her hands at Daodu. "Daodu, look who's here." Daodu's little face turned over. When he saw Xiaoyuner, he immediately jumped down from the swing. "Mother," Xiaoyuner opened her arms and waited for Daodu to jump in. "Mother, Daodu missed you so much. You're finally here." Xiaoyuner hugged Daodu, this soft little person, and her nose suddenly turned sour. She rubbed Daodu's head and said with a smile, "Mother also misses Daodu very much. Didn't I come to find Daodu?" Yes. Daodu nodded. This was the first time they had been separated for such a long time. Both mother and son had different feelings in their hearts. Xiaoyuner did not want to experience this feeling again. She did not want Daodu to leave her side again. Xianxia stood to the side and watched the loving scene between Daodu and Zhao Yuner. She wiped the corners of her eyes and couldn't help but be moved. Beautiful auntie, you were right. My mother really came to pick me up. Daodu smiled sweetly at Xianxia. Xianxia touched Daodu's little face. You're such a cute little doll. How could your mother not be willing to pick you up? Yeah. If Daodu leaves, he'll miss beautiful auntie. Zhao Yuner saw how close Daodu and Xianxia were. She knew that Xianxia had not mistreated Daodu during this period of time. Therefore, she said to Xianxia gratefully, "Thank you, madam, for taking care of Daodu during this period of time." Yuner is very grateful. Xianxia smiled gently. Yuner, you're too polite. I also like Daodu very much. Speaking of which, our Red Jade Mountain Villa was in the wrong first. We brought Daodu back and made you worry. Zhao Yuner shook her head. It's okay. Daodu didn't receive any bad treatment during this period of time. It was just a misunderstanding. Xianxia nodded. That's right. Yuner, don't worry. I'll talk to my husband about this later. You can take Daodu back. Thank you, madam. In the next few days, Zhao Yuner stayed at Red Jade Mountain Villa and cooperated with Xianxua's treatment. Chapter 745. Xianxua's condition improved slightly after a few days of medicinal cuisine. Meng Fan saw Xianxua's condition improve, but there was nothing he could do even if he refused to accept it. The truth was right in front of him and it couldn't be fake. Meng Fan would not go back on his words, so he gave Zhao Yuner the antidote for the 7 purities poison. Zhao Yuner let out a heavy sigh of relief the moment she received the antidote, because there were only 2 days left until Mu Lianfeng was cured. If Mu Lianfeng's poison was not cured in 2 days and divine Dr. Hua was unable to suppress it, Mu Lianfeng might die from the poison. Zhao Yuner bid farewell to Xianxua and Li Batian in a hurry as soon as she received the antidote. Although he was not very certain that Zhao Yuner was telling the truth, Li Batian still released Daodu and allowed Daodu to leave with Zhao Yuner on account of how Zhao Yuner had cured Xianxua's condition. Xianxua actually felt rather reluctant to part with Daodu and Zhao Yuner when she saw them leave. After all, she had interacted with the 2 women recently. Once they left, she would have less people to talk to and less joy. Zhao Yuner and Mo Yen hurried back without stopping. On the way, Zhao Yuner got Mo Yen to send the antidote back first. She could still handle it, but Daodu could not handle the bumpiness. Zhao Yuner was afraid that Daodu would get hurt from the bumpiness, so she got Mo Yen to go back first. She and Daodu could rest on the way back, so there was no need to hurry back so quickly. It was already night by the time Zhao Yuner returned to divine Dr. Hua. After Mo Yen returned with the antidote, Dr. Hua fed it to Mu Lianfeng in a hurry. When Zhao Yuner came over, Mu Lianfeng was already fine, but he was still lying down and had not woken up. Yuner, he's fine now. Don't worry. He'll be fine after we bring him home and recuperate for a while. Zhao Yuner's anxious heart finally settled down as she thanked Miracle Dr. Hua. Miracle Dr. Hua, thank you. If it wasn't for you this time, my husband wouldn't know what to do. Miracle Dr. Hua chuckled. That's because you're capable enough to get the antidote back within half a month. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to do anything but watch him die. I still have to thank Miracle Dr. Hua for giving me the time to find the antidote. Haha. Miraculous Dr. Hua laughed heartily. I've heard that you had to go through many twists and turns to get the antidote from my senior brother. I've also heard that my senior brother thought that there was something wrong with his medical skills because you know how to make medicinal cuisine, so he wasn't very polite to you. Zhao Yuner's lips curled helplessly as she explained to Miracle Dr. Hua. When divine Dr. Hua heard this, he was very interested in the medicinal cuisine in Zhao Yuner's mouth. I never thought that a girl like you would actually know about this. Girl, tell me what's going on. I've lived for so long, so why haven't I heard of this before? Girl, since I've saved your husband and you're grateful to me, you better explain this to me properly. Don't try to hide it from me. Zhao Yuner actually didn't know much about this. She only knew a little about it, so she explained the general principles to Miracle Dr. Hua. Miracle Dr. Hua became extremely excited after hearing it. Chapter 746. Little Yuner, you've really opened my eyes today. I'll do as you say and do some research. That senior brother of mine will definitely not be as good as me in this aspect. Let's see how he's going to show off in front of me. Divine Dr. Hua laughed out loud as though he had discovered something new. When Zhao Yuner saw that Miracle Dr. Hua was as happy as a child, her lips curled into a smile. Actually, in this society people were often treated with gentleness. Zhao Yuner was glad that not all the people she met were bad people. There were quite a few good people too. Mu Lianfeng was brought back to Shuilan village by Zhao Yun and was resting in her own house. She felt different when she returned to the village. This was the first time she had left the village for such a long time. Seeing that Zhao Yun had left for almost half a month, the third branch was extremely anxious. They were afraid that something might have happened to Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun heaved a sigh of relief when she returned. Yun if you still didn't come back, your father and I would have reported you to the authorities. Liang Jinxiao frowned when he saw Zhao Yun return. He sighed and muttered something to Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun smiled and said, "Mother, what could have happened to me? You don't have to worry about me. I wasn't at home during this period of time. How's our family life? Did anything happen?" When Zhao Yun was at Red Jade Villa, she was worried about her family's problems. Her parents were honest. Without her by their side, she was worried that they would be bullied by old Zhao's family. Liang Jinxiao shook his head and said, "It's fine. Our family's land has basically been leveled and we can start work now. Your father said to wait for you to come back. Otherwise he wouldn't be in the mood to do it." Zhao Yun nodded. "Then father, let's prepare in these 2 days. Let me know if we need anything to build the house. We'll buy it first." Zhao Wenhua replied, "Got it, Yun. Just leave it to me. You should rest well for the next 2 days. You look a lot more haggard." Seeing that Zhao Yun was a little thin, Zhao Wenhua and Liang Jinxiao couldn't help but feel heartache as her parents. Zhao Yun's condition was particularly bad because she was anxious and rushed day and night yesterday. She didn't have a good rest. "It's okay, father and mother. I know my own body. I'll rest well." "That's good. Oh, Yun right? God bless us. God bless us. Yun, you have to be more careful in the future. This is too scary." Liang Jinxiao muttered. Zhao Wenhua said to Zhao Yun, "Yun, you don't know, but your mother often can't sleep at night because of what happened to you too. Why are you telling Yun this?" Liang Jinxiao glared at Zhao Wenhua with some displeasure. "Aren't I just telling Yun about it? You're just thinking too much. I told you that Yun and the others are blessed by the heavens and will be fine. You didn't believe me. Look at you. You're not resting well. You're hurting your body." Zhao Yun frowned slightly and said to Liang Jinxiao, "Mother, you should rest well too. I'm back. Everything will be fine. Don't worry too much." Chapter 747. Zhao Yun responded and gave a few instructions. Zhao Tianan and Zhao Tianfu came back from outside with wooden buckets. When they saw Zhao Yun they were very excited. They excitedly rushed to Zhao Yun. "Second sister, you're finally back?" "Yes, second sister. You're finally back." Zhao Yun smiled at her 2 younger brothers. Seeing their sincere concern, a trace of warmth flowed out from her heart. This feeling of having family care was really good. She wasn't the kind of person who didn't matter. At least when she left, there would be people who would miss her. The originally warm atmosphere was broken by a scream from the third branch's room. "Ah, damn dog. You actually bit my clothes. I'll teach you a lesson." Zhao Ping'er hooted. Then, not knowing if it was Zhao Ping'er who kicked, a pitiful dog cry was heard. Zhao Yun's ears twitched. If she heard wrongly, this sound was Little Black's. Zhao Ping'er then continued to hoot, "Father, mother, quickly come in and take a look. This damn dog. You actually tore my clothes with your teeth. You guys be the judge. Today I'm going to stew it into hot pot and eat it." Zhao Wenhua and Liang Jinxiao both frowned and looked at Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun sneered and rushed into the third branch's room. She said coldly to Zhao Ping'er, "I'd like to see how you're going to stew my Little Black into hot pot and eat it. Where did you get the guts to do so?" As she spoke, Zhao Yun picked up Little Black from the ground and rubbed Little Black's body. "Little Black, how are you? Are you okay? Does it hurt?" Little Black's black eyes looked at Zhao Yun and then let out a whimper, as if it was very pitiful and wronged. It was difficult to see its master. Little Black still intimately licked Zhao Yun's hand. With its master around, Little Black's fear of Zhao Ping'er faded a lot. Zhao Ping'er was stunned and looked at Zhao Yun. "I thought you died outside. I didn't expect you to actually come back. Why, Sister Ping'er seems very unhappy to see me come back. Are you eager for something to happen to me?" Zhao Yun sneered and asked. Zhao Ping'er really didn't want Zhao Yun to come back. This woman was very annoying. If Zhao Yun didn't come back, most of the money Zhao Yun earned from the breakfast stall would fall into Liang Jinxiao's hands. Liang Jinxiao would naturally prepare more dowry for her. Besides, even if she got married in the future, as long as Zhao Yun wasn't around, it would be easier for her to ask her mother for money. Zhao Ping also snorted and said to Zhao Yun'er, since you're back then you have to discipline your damn dog. Look, it bit my clothes. This damn dog, if it doesn't shit and pee on my clothes and shoes, it would bite my clothes. How could I take it lying down? So I stewed it into dog meat hot pot and ate it. What's wrong? Don't tell me you're going to protect a dead dog every day. Chapter 748. Zhao Yun'er glared at Zhao Ping'er. Her fierce gaze made Zhao Ping'er panic. Zhao Ping'er was a little scared. She turned to Zhao Wenhua and Liang Jinxiao. Father, mother, look. Zhao Yun'er is too much. Isn't it just eating a dog? Why did she have to skin me? Zhao Wenhua and Liang Jinxiao sighed and persuaded Zhao Ping'er. Ping'er, why are you making life difficult for a dog? Little Black is actually quite obedient. Mother, why is it obedient? Look, it bit my clothes and it's still obedient. You shouldn't have brought it back. Sigh Ping'er. Liang Jinxiao was also a little helpless. Zhao Yun'er was gone. She couldn't let Little Black starve to death, so she brought it back to feed it. This Little Black was also interesting. It was good to everyone else in the family, but it just had to target Zhao Ping'er. I don't care. My clothes must be paid for today. Zhao Yun'er, either you pay for my clothes or I'll stew this dog. Zhao Yun'er coldly curled the corner of her mouth. If I remember correctly, I paid for your clothes. So what if my Little Black bit it? Liang Jinxiao looked at the small hole in the clothes. It was actually not big. It just needed to be patched up. Thus she said to Zhao Ping'er, mother will take a needle and thread to patch it up for you. I guarantee that you won't be able to tell. Now that Yun'er is back, Little Black will be brought back. In the future it will definitely not bite things. Zhao Ping'er thought for a moment and pursed her lips. She wanted to make a scene. Zhao Yun'er was not easy to deal with. Her parents were also on Zhao Yun'er's side. What could she do? Mother, then go back and patch it up for me. It's best if I don't see this damn dog again. Otherwise, I will definitely not be able to resist and continue to teach it a lesson. Zhao Ping'er was already giving in by saying this. Liang Jinxiao hurriedly agreed, afraid that the two sisters would make a scene again. Mother, then I'll go back first. Zhao Yun'er said. And go back and have a good rest. By the way, Yun'er, your eldest uncle and second uncle will come over tomorrow. Let's have dinner together tomorrow and entertain your eldest uncle and second uncle at the same time. Liang Jinxiao said. Zhao Yun'er nodded. When relatives in the countryside had a happy occasion, they would send gifts and money in advance. Zhao Ping'er was the niece of her first uncle and second uncle. She was going to get married. If such a close relative did not come, she would be scolded. Even if old Liang's family looked down on Zhao Yun'er's family, they would still maintain this kind of superficial relationship. Since they came and gave their family gifts, Zhao Yun'er's family had to entertain them well. And got it? Mother, let's go to the town tomorrow to buy more vegetables. Yun'er, don't go to the stall tomorrow morning. Have a good rest. That won't do, Mother. You and sister-in-law Mulan have been busy these 2 days. Since I'm back, we have to go to the market together. Speaking of this, Liang Jinxiao smiled. Yun'er, actually we have enough people. Ping'er has been helping out these days. She is very diligent. Zhao Yun'er heard this and frowned. Zhao Ping'er helped out? Are you kidding me? Seeing Zhao Yun'er's surprised expression, Liang Jinxiao continued, Ping'er is not the same as before. She is diligent now. Yun'er, let her help. You can also rest a little. Have a good rest. Zhao Yun'er did not believe that Zhao Ping'er would go over to help. She guessed that Zhao Ping'er must be scheming something. Chapter 749. Speaking of this, Liang Jinxiao lowered his head, feeling a little guilty. What do I want from you, Zhao Yun'er? Don't think that everyone is like you. Zhao Ping'er hurriedly stood up and said angrily. Zhao Yun'er still felt that it was not that simple. Seeing that Liang Jinxiao did not want to say anything, Zhao Yun'er vaguely guessed something in her heart. Mother, I'll go tomorrow. If Sister Ping'er wants to help, then go. If she doesn't want to go, then forget it. She wanted to see what Zhao Ping'er could do when she was around. Zhao Yun'er, when you're not around I can help. But now that you're back I won't go. If you want me to go you have to pay me. Zhao Ping'er raised her head and started to negotiate with Zhao Yun'er. Zhao Yun'er sneered, if you don't want to go then don't go. Who wants you to go? Liang Jinxiao sighed, Yun'er, if you can't do it then let Ping'er go. It's the same as asking others or asking Ping'er. Just pay her 300 copper coins as her salary. I've seen that Ping'er does a good job these days. Mother, 300 copper coins is too little, isn't it? Zhao Ping'er looked a little unhappy. It's already quite a lot. If you think it's too little, then find someone else. Zhao Pinger could only nod in agreement. Okay, mother. But you have to pay me 300 copper coins after I finish my work for a month. You can't delay my salary. Sure. Zhao Yuner was not happy at first, but on second thought, it was not a bad thing to let Zhao Pinger go. After Zhao Pinger got married, she would have a stable income and would not come to bother the third branch. Yuner just agree. Let Pinger work for a few days. If Pinger really doesn't do a good job, you can let Pinger leave. Isn't that enough? Zhao Yuner nodded. Alright then, let Sister Pinger give it a try. Yes. Ping, you have to do a good job, got it? I know, mother. Zhao Yuner was worried that Mu Lianfeng was not safe at home alone. She had to take care of him and check on him. Yuner, you can go back now. Be careful on the road. Liang Jinxiao reminded her and watched Zhao Yuner leave. After Zhao Yuner left, Zhao Pinger said to Liang Jinxiao, Mother, you promised to lend me 2 taels of silver. You can't go back on your word. Liang Jinxiao sighed. I know, Pinger. But during this period you have to do a good job. Don't quarrel with Yuner and make her angry. We can earn money thanks to Yuner. Mother, Zhao Yuner left, but our business is still doing well. It's not like we can't do without her. What are you talking about? Without Yuner, how can we make those snacks? I know, mother. You just have to protect Zhao Yuner. When I open a stall in the future, I guarantee that I'll earn more than Zhao Yuner. Zhao Pinger said and began to dream happily. She talked until her mouth was sore, and Liang Jinxiao and Zhao Wenhua finally agreed to lend her 2 taels of silver. She would work at Zhao Yuner's stall for 2 to 3 months and earn 3 taels of silver. Then she could open a breakfast stall with Ma Xiaofeng. Ai, you lass. Liang Jinxiao sighed and did not want to continue talking about Zhao Pinger. This lass, if she didn't suffer a loss, she wouldn't know that doing business was not easy. These 2 taels of silver would be a lesson for her. Otherwise, it would be really annoying to talk about it all day. Chapter 750. Okay. If you can really make money, mother will naturally be happy. If you can't, it's okay. Don't force yourself. Mother, you still don't believe me. Zhao Pinger said a little angrily. I won't talk to you anymore. I'm going to look for Xiaofeng. I'll discuss it with Xiaofeng. Zhao Pinger said and ran out directly. Zhao Tianan was in the courtyard. When he heard that Zhao Pinger was going to look for Ma Xiaofeng, he immediately came over happily and said to Zhao Pinger, Big sister, are you going to look for Xiaofeng? Zhao Pinger nodded. And that's right. Tianan, are you going too? If you want to go, then let's go together. Zhao Tianan touched his head. That's good. I just caught 2 fish today. I'll give them to Xiaofeng to eat. Let's stay and eat. I haven't eaten fish for a while. Let me have some. Zhao Pinger thought of the taste of fish and couldn't help but lick the corner of her mouth. Big sister. Zhao Tianan hesitated for a moment and seemed a little reluctant. Zhao Pinger continued to ask, What's the matter? Can't you give it to me to eat? No, big sister. I caught this fish for Xiaofeng. If you want to eat it, I'll catch it for you tomorrow, okay? Zhao Pinger thought for a moment and nodded. Okay then. Give it to Xiaofeng first and make it for me tomorrow. Okay. Zhao Tianan nodded heavily, thinking that it was a good thing that Zhao Pinger didn't continue to pursue the matter. Otherwise he would have to catch fish now. His big sister and Xiaofeng had a good relationship. Otherwise she wouldn't have acted like this. If it were his second sister, she probably wouldn't have let him send it over. Zhao Pinger called out, Let's go, Tianan. Don't just stand there. Okay, big sister, got it. As the 2 of them spoke, they headed towards Ma Xiaofeng's house together. Zhao Yuner returned home. Mu Lianfeng was lying on the bed and showed no signs of waking up. Zhao Yuner stared at Mu Lianfeng, not knowing when he would wake up. However, looking at Mu Lianfeng's complexion, it was a lot better. It was a lot rosier and not as pale as before. For lunch, Zhao Yuner casually ate some vegetables from the vegetable garden, fried 2 eggs and made a bowl of egg noodles. Then she and Dao each ate a bowl. Mother, after we eat noodles, what will Little Black eat? Dao raised his head and asked Zhao Yuner. Little Black preferred to eat rice and didn't eat noodles. They had to take care of Little Black's food. During this period of time, Dao and Little Black had been separated for a while. She missed Little Black very much. This time she finally saw Little Black again. She hugged Little Black and was reluctant to let go. Little Black was also very happy to be reunited with its little master after much difficulty. He was very happy and licked Daodu's fingers continuously. Let Little Black eat some noodles. Mother, add an egg for Little Black. Chapter 751. Yes, yes. Dowdu nodded heavily. When Little Black grows up, it can protect us. With Little Black around, no one will dare to bully us. Zhao Yun glanced at Little Black. When Little Black grew up to be a big dog like Big Gray, no one would dare to go near it. When that time came, it would be perfect for her to guard the door. It would bite whoever dared to cause trouble and see if anyone dared to come. Zhao Yun smiled and said to Little Black, "Little Black, I'll make something delicious for you later. You have to eat more and grow up faster, okay?" Woof woof, Little Black barked twice and wagged its little tail as a response. Zhao Yun patted Little Black's head. "Good boy." Then Zhao Yun turned and went into the kitchen to prepare something for Little Black to eat. In the afternoon, Zhao Yun tidied up the vegetable garden. During this period of time when she was not at home, many wild vegetables grew in the garden. She had to pull them out and fertilize them while she was at it. In addition, there were many places in the house that were covered in dust. She had to wipe and wash them to make the house a little cleaner. When Zhao Yun returned to the house at 3 or 4 in the afternoon, Mu Lianfeng was already awake. When he saw Zhao Yun, Mu Lianfeng was a little emotional and grabbed Zhao Yun's hand. "Yun, I thought I would never see you again." Mu Lianfeng's voice was a little hoarse and filled with vicissitudes. Zhao Yun smiled and said, "How is that possible? You said that you would accompany me for a lifetime. Don't tell me you would go back on your words so easily?" "Of course not. Just, I thought I would never see you again." He knew that he was poisoned. Although Zhao Yun had brought back the antidote and removed the poison, he did not wake up. However, he was conscious and knew everything that had happened. How lucky was he to have met a woman like Zhao Yun? Otherwise he would have lost his life. "All right, have a good rest. Don't say such sad words. Isn't everything fine now?" Zhao Yun's mouth curled up as she smiled at Mu Lianfeng. At the thought that this man might disappear from her life, Zhao Yun felt very uncomfortable, and there was a very uncomfortable feeling in her chest. "Thank you, Yun. You've saved me twice. This is the second time," Mu Lianfeng said again. He didn't know if this was God's arrangement. Zhao Yun's appearance was to save him. "Yes, I've saved you twice, so you should repay me. In the future you will stay by my side. You are not allowed to go anywhere. You will do whatever I tell you to do. After all, your life is mine." Zhao Yun joked. Mu Lianfeng took it seriously. "I know, Yun. In the future, even if you want to drive me away, I will not leave. I want to be with you forever." Mu Lianfeng held Zhao Yun's hand tightly. He was afraid that Zhao Yun would leave him. This feeling of surviving after death made him even more aware of who he cared about and cherished. In this life, to him, no one was more precious than Zhao Yun and Dowdu. He would stay by the mother and daughter's side forever. "By the way, Yun, where is Dowdu?" Zhao Yun asked. "Dowdu went out to play. Don't worry about him." "That's good." Mu Lianfeng breathed a sigh of relief. "Yes, it's all over now. He will be fine in the village." Chapter 752. The incident this time was a lesson. There were too many people eyeing them from behind. Since they attacked him and Dowdu, there would be a second time. Mu Lianfeng really didn't want Dowdu to be in any danger again. Those people. It was fine if they attacked him, but he didn't want them to touch Dowdu and Zhao Yun. If he stayed by Dowdu and Zhao Yun's side, he would inevitably be a burden to them. Although he was worried, there was nothing he could do. When he returned, he must investigate clearly. He would never let Dowdu and Zhao Yun be in any danger again. In the afternoon, when Mulan heard that Zhao Yun was back, she also came over to greet her. During this period of time, she was worried sick because she couldn't figure out what happened to Zhao Yun that made her leave for such a long time. "Yun, you're finally back." Zhao Yun smiled. "I've made you worry, sister-in-law Mulan. It's good that you're back. It's good that you're back. Sai, I didn't even have someone to talk to while you were away. Now that you're back, I have someone to talk to." Haha, Zhao Yun laughed heartily. During the period of time when she was away, she missed Mulan very much. When Mulan came over, she brought some vegetables over, afraid that Zhao Yun didn't have anything to eat. After the two of them chatted for a while, Mulan was ready to go back, and she called Zhao Yun to come with her. "Yun, Dowdu is at my house now. He and my third son have caught a lot of lobsters to play with. Do you want to go and have a look?" The weather was getting warmer and there were more fish and lobsters in the river. It was still okay now, but after a period of time when the weather was warmer, there would be more fish and lobsters. However, the villagers were busy with other things, so they didn't care too much about these things. Therefore, he didn't spend much time on salvaging them. When the children had nothing to do, they would go to the river to catch some fish and prawns from time to time. When Zhao Yuner heard Mulan mention lobsters, she immediately became interested. She said to Mulan, "Okay, I'll go too." Yeah. The two of them went to Mulan's house together. Daodu, Zhao Tianfu and Mulan's children were all gathered around the lobster. 2 lobsters that had been caught were placed on the ground, crawling around. The children stared at the lobsters and giggled. They all looked very happy. When Zhao Yuner came over, she also walked over to take a look. The lobster on the ground was not particularly big, so it should have been born not long ago. However, this kind of medium-sized lobster was very delicious. Add some ginger, chili oil, salt, soy sauce, vinegar and cooking wine and stir-fry them together. The taste would definitely be excellent. Zhao Yuner noticed that there were a lot of lobsters in the wooden barrel. A small half-barrel could be stir-fried for several large plates. In addition to the lobsters, Zhao Yuner also noticed that there were a few small snails in the wooden barrel. The snails were caught by the children to be used as bait to catch the lobsters. Because the string at the side was tied with the meat of the snails. These were all good things. If the snails were stir-fried, the taste would also be first-rate. Many wild things in the countryside were treasures to the people of the 21st century. It was just that the people of this era didn't take them seriously. "Mother, you're here." Daodu saw Zhao Yuner coming over and smiled at Zhao Yuner. Chapter 753. Yes. Mother, Daodu, little uncle and brother Sen are just fishing for fun. Daodu explained. Yes, we're just fishing for fun. It's fine. You guys have fun. Mother, I thought you would blame Daodu, saying that Daodu is playing with water? Daodu lowered his head and said softly. Zhao Yuner had warned Daodu not to touch water, and Daodu remembered it in his heart. But sometimes children are too playful and can't control themselves when they encounter something fun. Be careful when you play or you'll be too careless. Don't go to deep water. Zhao Yuner continued to remind them. Yes, mother? Yes, second sister. Seeing that the children were so well behaved and sensible, Zhao Yuner was also relieved. Fortunately, there was only one big river in the village and the children wouldn't go there to play. The other rivers were all small and not a hindrance. The water in the small pond was not even half as deep as an adult's leg. Even if they really fell in, it would be difficult for them to drown. When you go back, catch more. I'll cook more for you, Zhao Yuner said with a smile. The children suddenly became excited. Mother, is lobster edible? Zhao Yuner nodded. Of course it's edible. Mother, I thought it wasn't edible, Daodu said softly. How can that be? It's all delicious food. You'll know when I cook it for you. Yes. The children were full of anticipation, because who would have thought that the things they caught to play with were edible? Even Mulan couldn't help but ask, what's the matter? Is this lobster really edible? We villagers catch it for children to play with. No one has ever eaten it. This thing likes to drill in the mud. Feels dirty? Zhao Yuner chuckled. People in this era really couldn't recognize good things. In the 21st century, eating crayfish with beer was extremely comfortable. Especially in the summer when friends gathered, they liked to order this kind of thing. The group of people ate and drank at the same time. It was very enjoyable. Of course. Sister-in-law Mulan, can you clean up the kitchen later? I'll make some for you to try. I'll bring the rest back to eat. Mulan responded with a smile. After being teased by Zhao Yuner, he was looking forward to what the lobster would taste like and how delicious it would be. Madame Qi excreted in the latrine, and her chrysanthemum hurt terribly. He didn't know what kind of bad luck he had to have hemorrhoids growing on his chrysanthemum. Usually it was fine, but when it came to diarrhea, it was extremely uncomfortable. This was because once he took a dump for a long time, his hemorrhoids would start to hurt. Unfortunately, there was nothing she could do about it. After all, she couldn't just cut it off. Let's not talk about whether or not it could be cut off. Even if it could be cut off, they would still need to find a doctor. How could a woman's buttocks be casually shown to others? Chapter 754. Zhao Yuner was a little speechless. She felt a little disgusted when she saw Madame Qi's greedy look. Why did this woman want to eat everything? It was as if she couldn't wait to get a share of all the good stuff. Why would she give it to you? She doesn't even have enough for her own family. Zhao Yuner retorted without giving her any face. Madame Qi looked at Zhao Yuner a little angrily. My second sister-in-law hasn't said anything yet. What are you talking about? I just can't stand seeing such a shameless person. It's fine if someone gives it to you, but this is the first time I've seen someone take the initiative to ask for it. Even children aren't like this. You're already an adult, yet you still think that you're young and don't know any better? Xuanhuan said sarcastically. However, a shameless person like Madame Qi might not have any reaction to it. Madame Qi's face reddened for a moment. Xuanhuan, what nonsense are you talking about? What's wrong with me eating it? Don't tell me that I shouldn't eat it? I went to help my chow, or fish for lobsters, so I have a share of this lobster too. Xuanhuan had never seen such a shameless woman. Even if she was greedy for food, she shouldn't be to this extent, right? Madame Qi sneered and said, Sister-in-law, since you say so, then how about this? How about you take all the lobsters that your chow are caught and fry them yourself? We don't care for it. When Xuanhuan said this, Madame Qi suddenly didn't know how to refute. First of all, if she really gave the lobsters to her, she wouldn't know how to cook them. Second, frying lobsters would take a lot of oil and salt, right? She couldn't bear to do that. Why are you like this? My chow helped you catch some lobsters. Can't you cook them together and let me have a taste later? You're so stingy. Second sister-in-law, tell me about it. What's wrong with your sister-in-law eating some of your food? Are we still a family? Mulan felt sorry for Madame Qi. These days Madame Qi's life was not good. Jianghu was not willing to let Madame Qi eat anything delicious at home. For a moment, her heart softened. Actually, it was not impossible to let her sister-in-law have a taste, so she pushed Xuanhuan and said, Yuner, when it's done, let my sister-in-law have a taste. It's good to try it. I don't think anyone in the village has ever tasted it. Before Xuanhuan could nod, she heard Zhu Qiao scream. Madame Qi hurriedly ran over and asked Zhu Qiao, Qiao, what's wrong? Are you okay? Jianghu, who was in the house, heard the noise and ran out. He was worried about Zhu Qiao. Zhu Qiao raised her hand and cried to Madame Qi and Jianghu, Father, Mother, my hand was bitten by a lobster. Jianghu and Madame Qi looked and saw that Zhu Qiao's finger was clamped by the lobster's large clamp. It was probably very painful, so Zhu Qiao cried. Chapter 755. When Xuanhuan and Mulan heard the situation, they hurried over to take a look, worried that something had really happened to Zhu Qiao. When they went over, they saw that the clasp on Zhu Qiao's hand was not small. They sighed slightly. This child was really pitiful. Speaking of which, it was Jianghu's method that was wrong. How could she tear it off so forcefully? It was easy to hurt her hand this way. If she had pried open the lobster's clasp, it wouldn't have been a big deal. After Madame Qi rushed out of the house, she hurriedly bandaged Zhu Qiao's hand with a white cloth, not forgetting to scold Zhu Qiao. You wretched girl, didn't I tell you not to play? Look, now you've got your hand clamped. Sigh, you deserve it. Although she said that Qiao was still her child, and Madame Qi's heart still ached for her. Jianghu glared at Madame Qi unhappily. You're really good at hindsight. What's the point of saying this now? Qiao's hand was clamped. I haven't seen you all day and I don't know where you went. If you were by Qiao's side just now, would Qiao's hand have been clamped? Jianghu scolded very fiercely. He threw a few words right in his face. Madame Qi only felt wronged. She pursed her lips and said to Jianghu, Danyu, I just went to the latrine to poop. There are so many things going on at home. Who would keep an eye on this wretched girl for no reason? Jianghu glared at Madame Qi. You're still talking. Poop, poop, you only know how to poop all day. Let's see if you'll get hemorrhoids later. When Jianghu said that, Madame Qi pursed her lips. Danyu, how did you know that I have hemorrhoids? Xuanhuan heard from the side and couldn't help but burst out laughing. This Madame Qi was really a freaking weirdo. But this woman, wasn't she gluttonous? She would let her eat more lobsters later. She had to put the chili pepper inside. The more she ate, the more her hemorrhoids would hurt. If he let her suffer a little, she probably wouldn't ask for food anymore. There was a trace of sympathy in Mulan's eyes. This hemorrhoid was very serious. She didn't know how her sister-in-law got hemorrhoid when she was fine. She was so pitiful, whenever he looked back, his chrysanthemum would hurt from time to time. Thinking about it, it was really quite painful. Mrs. Zhu also heard this. She gloated and said, if you have hemorrhoids, it's God's punishment. Since this woman is so unfilial, we should treat her hemorrhoids. Hearing Mrs. Zhu's words, Madame Qi glared at Mrs. Zhu angrily. You old hag, what are you talking about? Who deserved it? Tell me clearly. Mrs. Zhu put her hands on her hips and said, what's wrong with you? He was lazy every day, so he had a lot of feces and urine. Who knew how many times he had gone to the toilet from morning till night? How could he not have hemorrhoids? My Dania let you eat too much good food. Look, most people have hemorrhoids. Chapter 756. After the previous incident, Zhu Dainiu was no longer as protective of Madame Qi as before. He suddenly understood that it was useless to dote on women. It was more practical to teach them a lesson. After teaching them a lesson, they wouldn't even dare to fart. During this period of time, Madame Zhu had also become cocky. Her son used to protect his wife and she was bullied. Now that her son no longer protected his wife, she dared to go against Madame Qi. After Zhu Dainiu said that, Madame Zhu hurriedly shouted from behind, "That's right, eldest son's wife. You should eat less in the future and give the delicious food to the elders, lest you run to the latrine pit every day." Zhu Dainiu nodded. "Yes, if I find you eating again, I'll break your legs." Madame Qi pursed her lips and said with a bitter face, "Dainiu, I haven't eaten much in the past few days. I'm eating less than before. If I don't eat, our son won't have any milk to drink. If you don't let me eat, our son has to eat." Madame Zhu glared at Madame Qi. "You only care about your son. You're always using the excuse that your son doesn't have any milk. If he doesn't have enough milk, can't you mix in some rice soup? Feed him more rice soup and he won't be hungry." Madame Zhu's words cut off Madame Qi's path of retreat. Madame Qi could only grit her teeth in hatred. This damned old woman. She would find a way to torture her later. That old bastard was actually acting like this. This was too much. Zhu Dainiu also said coldly to Madame Qi, "Did you hear that? If you do as mother said, eat less. If you don't have enough milk, use rice soup." Madame Qi met Zhu Dainiu's frightening gaze and could only nod. However, she cursed Madame Zhu a dozen times in her heart. Xianxia listened from the side and shook her head. Uncultured. How scary. How could rice soup compare to milk? Rice soup didn't have much nutrition. She wasn't afraid that the child would get sick from eating too much. Mulan stepped forward and said, "All right, eldest brother, sister-in-law, mother, stop quarreling. We don't even know if Xiao Er's hand is all right." Mulan's words touched old Madame Zhu's eyebrows again. "You dead woman, you still have the nerve to say that. Bringing these riffraff to our courtyard all day long. If it weren't for them, would Xiao Er's hand have been bitten by a lobster? What kind of lousy thing is this? Bring it home." As Mrs. Zhu spoke, she glanced at Xianxia and Daodu. It was obvious that the person Mrs. Zhu was talking about was Xianxia. Mulan sighed helplessly. "Mother, what are you talking about? The children are here to play with their sons. Doesn't my Saner often go to other houses to play? Besides, who knows if Xiao would be accidentally caught? You're the only one with a lot of excuses." Mrs. Zhu snorted softly. "I'm an old person and need some peace and quiet. Bringing these people home every day is so noisy that my ears hurt." Mulan's mouth twitched. Her mother-in-law was really hard to reason with. There was no use in arguing with Mrs. Zhu. She had to build a house of her own when she got back. It would be quieter. Xianxia couldn't stand it any longer. She sneered, "Such a big courtyard doesn't belong to your family. What does bringing people home have to do with you? You like peace and quiet. Aren't you afraid that you'll disturb yourself with your loud voice?" Mrs. Zhu's face paled. She turned to Xianxia and scolded, "You be asterisk teeth, how dare you meddle in my family's affairs? Hurry up and get lost. Don't get in my way." Xianxia stir-fried for 10 minutes. When she saw that it was about time, she began to fill the plates. There were quite a lot of lobsters in the pot. She filled 3 big bowls with them. Mulan sniffed. When she saw the colorful lobsters, she couldn't help but swallow her saliva. "Yunner, the lobsters you made are so fragrant. I can't help but want to eat it while sitting by the fire. I wonder how it tastes. Is it better than meat?" Xianxia smiled. "Sister-in-law Mulan, come over and try it. You'll know." "Yes, yes." Mulan nodded. Just as she was about to eat one, Madame Qi squeezed over and said with a smile, I'll try it first. The smell just now really made me want to die." Chapter 758. Mulan wasn't in a hurry to eat, so she let Madame Qi eat first. "Sister-in-law, have a taste." "Okay." Madame Qi didn't use chopsticks. She picked up a lobster with her hands and started to bite. Xianxia looked at Madame Qi with some disgust. It wasn't that Madame Qi's way of eating was wrong. After all, when she was in the 21st century, she used to eat crayfish with her hands. But Madame Qi's hands, she remembered that she hadn't washed her hands after coming back from the latrine. She didn't know how she was able to grab food with her filthy hands and eat it. This was the first time she saw such an unhygienic woman. It was also the first time someone made Xianxia feel nauseous. Madame Chi ate a little hurriedly so she couldn't help but choke. Cough cough. Madame Chi coughed. Although the lobster was a little spicy, it was indeed very tasty. Especially the meat on the tail, it tasted very fresh and delicious. Xiaoyun, your lobster is really delicious. I've never eaten anything so delicious. It's better than pork. Madame Chi ate. She praised again and again. Madame Chi wasn't exaggerating, and Zhao Yun'er's lobster was indeed the best she had ever eaten. She had eaten meat before, but her family's culinary skills were just so. How could they be as good as Zhao Yun'er's? The spicy taste made her want to continue eating, but she always felt that she couldn't have enough. After Madame Chi finished one, she grabbed another one with her dirty hands and continued to eat. Zhao Yun'er glanced at the bowl of lobster that Madame Chi had grabbed and didn't want to continue eating. Take this bowl of lobster. It's all for you. Zhao Yun'er said and stuffed the lobster into Madame Chi's hands. Madame Chi didn't expect Zhao Yun'er to be so straightforward. She smiled and replied, Hee hee Zhao Yun'er, I didn't expect you to be so generous. Zhao Yun'er's mouth twitched. How could she tell that she was generous? Didn't he see the disdain in her eyes? Then I'll leave first. Madame Chi happily carried the lobster out of the house. She had to eat the lobster secretly. Otherwise she would be nagged by that damned old woman again. In addition, Zhu Dainyu probably wouldn't let her eat it. When Zhu Qiaoer saw Mulan coming out, she hurriedly rushed over. Mother, I want to eat too. Looking at her eldest daughter, Madame Chi said unhappily, Eat, 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 you only know how to eat. This is for mother. Go ask your second aunt for it. I'll definitely give it to you. After being reprimanded by Madame Chi, Zhu Qiaoer curled her lips and obediently followed Madame Chi's instructions to ask Mulan for lobsters. Hee now we can have a good meal. Madame Chi hid in the corner and began to eat. Such a big plate could satisfy her cravings. In the kitchen, Mulan sighed. My sister-in-law is like this, don't mind her. Fortunately, this lobster isn't too expensive. If we want to eat it, we can get more back later. Zhao Yun'er nodded. She naturally wouldn't argue with Madame Chi. She snorted softly and said, She still eats like this when she has hemorrhoids. She's not afraid of getting heaty after eating a plate of lobster. She'll be fine after the hemorrhoids ache. Mulan was amused by Zhao Yun'er. Haha, I knew it. How can you bear to let my sister-in-law eat so much? Chapter 759. Mulan nodded. She picked up a lobster and put it into her mouth. After tasting it, she choked twice from the spiciness but still ate happily. Yun'er, it's so spicy but it's so delicious. Isn't it better to drink with wine? My daimyo will also have something to eat with wine tonight. Yes, it's the best to eat with wine. There's a lot of lobster, so eat as much as you want. You can continue to fry it. Yes. Zhao Yun'er asked Mulan to keep a plate of lobsters, and took the other plate of lobsters out for the children to eat. The children each took a few lobsters, and the whole plate of lobsters was finished. When the children ate, they immediately retracted their tongues from the spiciness, but still continued to eat happily. Even if it's delicious, you can't eat too much or you'll get heaty. Zhao Yun'er exhorted. The adults were fine, but the children's intestines were more fragile, and if they didn't eat well, they would definitely get sick. Zhao Yun'er didn't want to eat a little lobster and hurt the children's stomachs. Yes, mother. Dao said and licked his tongue fondly, sucking the soup off his fingers. Zhao Qianfu did the same and licked the corner of his mouth, looking like he still wanted to eat. Zhao Yun'er couldn't help but shake her head. It seemed that the children were poisoned by the lobsters again, and they would be hungry for more in the future. Let's go back. If you like it, we can continue to eat at night. Yes. Daodu and Zhao Qianfu nodded heavily, and couldn't wait for Zhao Yun'er to go back and fry the lobsters immediately so that they could continue to eat. After returning to their own courtyard, Mu Lianfeng leaned on the bed and looked outside the door. Father, you're awake? Are you feeling better? Daodu came over and asked Mu Lianfeng softly. When Mu Lianfeng met his son's concerned eyes, a warm feeling rose in his heart. He stroked Daodu's head and said, Daddy is fine. Father, it's good that you're all right. Mother and Daodu still need you. Daddy will always be by your side. Don't worry. Mu Lianfeng's lips curled into a gentle smile. Daodu smiled sweetly at Mu Lianfeng. Mu Lianfeng felt his heart soften. It felt good to have a wife, a son, and a home. Father, Daodu and Mother are cooking. You can eat when you wake up later. Daodu called out. Mu Lianfeng replied with a smile. With that, Daodu left the house and followed Zhao Yun'er to the kitchen. In the evening they had an early dinner and lay on the bed to rest. The next morning, Xiaoyuner woke up early and began to prepare for the breakfast stall. Xiaoyuner hadn't been to Yang City for a while, and it felt good to be busy again. This time Yili was still there, but he looked a lot thinner. Yili was a little excited when he saw Xiaoyuner coming back. "Are you okay?" Yili asked, his voice a little hoarse. "I'm fine. What's wrong?" Xiaoyuner smiled and replied. She was probably the only one who treasured men so much. She simply couldn't live without a man. You actually said that I'm crazy. Xiaoyuner, I'm not done with you." Xiaoping rolled up her sleeves angrily and prepared to rush over. Xiaoyuner frowned in disgust. This woman was most likely crazy. Chapter 761. Yili's chest was so thick that when Xiaoping bumped into him, her head was knocked hard on the head. "It hurt a lot. Try it if you dare." Yili's cold voice traveled into Xiaoping's ears. Xiaoping trembled in fear and looked at Yili pitifully. "I'm just reminding you out of kindness. You're still helping Xiaoyun. If the crown prince finds out that you're flirting with another man, let's see what you'll do." Xiaoping first said to Yili, then looked at Xiaoyun. After Xiaoping finished speaking, she was afraid of Yili, so she turned around and continued wiping the table with a rag. Xiaoyun was a little speechless. Flirting? She didn't do anything, so what was she talking about? Liang Jinxiao sighed and walked up to Xiaoyun. He said to Xiaoyun, "Yun don't be calculative with Ping That's just how she is." Xiaoyun couldn't be bothered to argue with a retard. There were many people here and she was busy with business. She looked up at Yili and saw that his face was calm. He didn't seem surprised at all. It seemed like this guy knew in advance. Xiaoyun didn't have time to think. She turned around and went to greet the guests. The moment Xiaoyun turned around, Yili's eyes revealed a trace of disappointment. Around 8 in the morning, while everyone was busy, a family from Xuanhuan came over. There was a man behind them looking left and right like a fool. However, he was indeed a fool. This person was Xuanhuan's foolish elder brother, Xuanhuan. The Xuanhuan family walked towards Xiaoyun's stall. When the Qin couple saw the booming business at Xiaoyun's stall, they couldn't help but sigh in their hearts. With such a good business, how much money could they make in a day? Mu Chunfeng walked over and said with a smile, "In-law, your business is doing well." Liang Jinxiao smiled and replied, "Yeah, it's pretty good." "In-law, why are you here?" "Aren't we going to arrange Ping'er's wedding?" "I came to Yang City to buy some things. I have to send some betrothal gifts to your family later." When Liang Jinxiao heard this, she nodded and replied, "I see. Sorry for making you worry about my in-law. You don't have to send a lot of things. Just do whatever you want." Mu Chunfeng waved his hand. "How can we do that? We still have to prepare some things. After all, Ping'er is my Yuaner's legal wife. It's not a casual marriage." "Haha, that's true. Both our families will have to make more preparations for this period of time. It'll be fine after the two children get married." "Yeah." As Liang Jinxiao spoke, he called out to the Qin family, In-law, don't just stand there. Quickly find a seat and eat something. You haven't eaten breakfast yet, right?" Mu Chunfeng smiled shyly. "There are so many people. It's not good. It's too much trouble." "It's okay, we're not afraid of trouble," Liang Jinxiao hurriedly said. However, when he looked at the seats, he realized that all the seats were full. There was no place to sit at all. In-law, we have guests now. Why don't you wait for a while? You can just sit and wait for a while." Liang Jinxiao seemed a little apologetic and embarrassed. Chapter 762. Just as he was feeling conflicted, Xiaoping saw Qin Yuan's family. She excitedly said to Qin Yuan, "Big brother Yuan, you're here?" While Xiaoping shouted excitedly, her eyes were still shining when she looked at Qin Yuan. When Qin Yuan saw Xiaoping's ugly face, he could not help but frown. How could there be such an ugly woman in this world? Xiaoping's voice was very loud. When she shouted, the surrounding people all looked towards Qin Yuan. Then they laughed and discussed in low voices. When Qin Yuan heard these people's words, his ears turned red. He felt very embarrassed. "Big brother Yuan, Uncle Andy, why are you all in a daze? Quickly come over. Tell me what you want to eat. I'll go get it for you." After Xiaoping finished speaking, she came over and pulled Qin Yuan into the stall. "There's no seat here, As Qin Yuan spoke, he broke free from Zhao Ping'er's hand. There is, big brother Yuan. If you come over, I'll make them leave. As she said that, Zhao Ping'er urged the women who had been eating at the stall for a long time. Are you all done eating? If you're done, quickly give up your seat. Previously, when Qin Yuan did not come over, she could still ignore them. Now that Qin Yuan did not have a seat, of course, she had to chase them away. Zhao Ping'er also knew why these women were dawdling. It was because Yili was also sitting at the table. These women wanted to hang around in front of Yili. When Zhao Ping'er said that, the women at the stall were a little unconvinced. Why should we leave? Didn't we pay to buy food? We haven't even finished eating and she's chasing us away? That's right. What kind of business is this? She even urges us to eat. Ugly people are always mischievous. Looking at her solicitous manner makes me feel disgusted. The women on the table were not to be trifled with. One after another they began to talk. Zhao Ping'er was angry. She put her hands on her hips and said to the women, "This is my family's stall. If I tell you to leave, you have to leave. What can you do if we don't do business with you? Also, don't think that I don't know a few shameless women who only know how to hang around good-looking men. They don't even look at themselves. Even if you sit there every day, they won't take a second look at you." The women were angered by Zhao Ping'er. How could there be such a disgusting woman? She even dared to talk about them. She didn't even know what she looked like. How could she have the nerve to talk about others? Don't you have any self-awareness? Bitch. Do you think we're easy to bully? That's right, beat her to death. I'll tear her mouth apart if she keeps talking. With that, the women were ready to rush up and teach Zhao Ping'er a lesson. In the end, they were stopped by Zhao Yuner. Zhao Yuner said to the women, "Sisters, I'm really sorry. We're in the wrong today. Today's breakfast will be on the house. Don't be angry and don't be calculative, okay?" Zhao Yuner's attitude was much better than Zhao Ping'er's. In addition, Zhao Yuner also said that it would be on the house, so they saved a lot of money. Forget it, for the sake of money. Hence, the women snorted softly and said to Zhao Ping'er, "What the hell?" After the women left, Zhao Ping'er still looked angry as if she wanted to fight with them. Chapter 763. Zhao Ping'er retorted somewhat indignantly, "It's those B***cheese fault. They clearly only ordered so little food, yet they ate for so long. Could it be that the other customers aren't going to sit?" Zhao Yuner laughed coldly. This idiot. Even if that was the case, they couldn't chase people away so brazenly. If this got out, it would affect their stall's reputation. This was not how business was done. Yuner, forget it. It's already like this. It's useless to talk about Ping'er. Let's continue to entertain the customers. Liang Jinxiao persuaded, afraid that Zhao Yuner would be angry. Zhao Yuner curled her lips. She couldn't be bothered to say anything more to Zhao Ping'er. She wouldn't understand reasoning with this idiot either. Yili frowned slightly. He looked at Zhao Yuner's busy back view and sighed. Did he come over to be a hindrance? If it weren't for him, he naturally wouldn't attract the attention of those women, and there wouldn't be so much trouble. Unfortunately, thinking about it was just thinking. He still couldn't bear to not come. If he didn't come, he wouldn't be able to see Zhao Yuner. Now, he felt that it would be fine as long as he took one more look at this woman. He didn't have so many thoughts. Big brother Yuan, uncle, auntie, there are seats now. Quickly sit down. Zhao Ping wiped the table and greeted Qin Shi's family. Mu Chunfang responded with a chuckle. Smelling the smell of the breakfast at Zhao Yuner's stall, he had long felt hungry and craved for food. Ping-er is really sensible. Mu Chunfang praised. Zhao Ping-er lowered her head shyly. She was still very happy to be praised by her mother-in-law. Auntie, quickly sit down. Tell me what you want to eat. I'll go get it for you. Zhao Ping-er also said with a smile. Mu Chunfang seemed a little embarrassed. How could he have the nerve to say that he wanted to eat a lot? Anything, Ping-er girl. Just take whatever you like. Zhao Ping-er rolled her eyes. Auntie, I'll bring a little bit of everything for you to try. Mu Chunfang was happy to see this, so he nodded with a smile. Okay, Ping-er girl, you can go. Do whatever you want. Zhao Ping-er nodded. Alright, I'll go get it now. Yeah. Zhao Ping'er was afraid that Qin Shi's family would not be able to eat well, so she took out all the good food from the stall. He directly placed it in front of Qin Shi's family and said to them, "These are the dishes that we ordered a lot of. Uncle, auntie, and big brother Yuan, you all have a taste. You mustn't stand on ceremony." Got it, Ping'er. Ping-er, you're really sensible. And diligent. In the future, it'll be our family's blessing to marry you. Zhao Ping'er was even happier when she heard Mu Chuanfang's praise. When I marry over in the future, that's what I should do. Of course, I have to be filial to my elders, Zhao Ping'er said shyly. Ha, good. Mu Chuanfang was even more satisfied with Zhao Ping'er. Although Zhao Ping'er was a little ugly, she was diligent and sensible. Also, her family background was good. If they really got married, their family could often come to Zhao Yun'er's stall to eat and drink. Big brother Yuan, come eat. Zhao Ping'er was even more attentive towards Qin Yuan. I'll feed you, Qin Yuan frowned in disgust. I can eat by myself. I don't need you to feed me. You're tuning in to the Sword Dance in the Vast Sky YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.